Hey, Pardon My Take listeners, you can find every episode on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Prime members can listen ad-free on Amazon Music. On today's Pardon My Take, Best of 2020. It's our last episode of 2020. We also have some new stuff, a new interview with TimTheTatman. We also have Monday Night Football recap. We're in the studio, so we'll recap all of that. Get you ready for any updates coming up for Week 17. And the best of, Pardon My Take 2020. A loaded best of, even a year when there weren't sports for half the year. So we're going to get to that. We're brought to you by our friends at the Cash App. Pardon My Take is always brought to you by the Cash App. Not only is it the easiest place to send money to your friends, it's the safest. Go download the Cash App right now. Use code Barstool. You get $10 for free, $10 to ASPCA. It's super easy to use. They're giving away money all the time. Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, everywhere on social media. The Cash App is there. The Cash App is also, you can buy and sell stocks. You can send money to friends and family. You can link it directly to your bank account. The Cash App does it all. And they are a presenting sponsor. We're in the Cash App studio. You can see it behind us. Sorry for my hiccup. The Cash App is the best. Go download it right now. Use code Barstool. You get $10 for free. $10 to ASPCA. Cash App, Cash App, Cash App. Download it. Google Play Store or App Store today. Download it. Cash App. Okay, let's go.
And a lot of work to be done. No place to hang out or washing. And then I can't blame all on the sun. Oh no, we're gonna rock down to Electric Avenue. And then we'll take it higher. Oh, we're gonna rock down to Electric Avenue.
My Take, presented by Barstool Sports.
Welcome to Pardon My Take, presented by the Cash App. Go download it right now. Use code Barstool. You get $10 for free, $10 to the ASPCA. Today is Wednesday, December 30th, the last Pardon My Take of 2020. See you later, 2020.
Guess
we
what?
made it, guys.
We're all gravy right now.
All of our problems are done.
New us.
Oh, fuck yes.
Coronavirus is over.
It's all over.
Sports are back.
Hell yeah.
We can just flip the page.
I'm going to go to sleep at 10:30
You know what?
on Thursday night.
Fuck it. Let's do 2020 again. Starting January 1st, it's 2020. Last year it didn't happen. Whatever you did, any fuck ups you had, if it was in 2020, it doesn't count.
Hard Bodies coming up.
That's
Hard
right.
My Take. Someone sent that to us. Hard My Take coming up. We're all getting Hard Bodies. All right, so we have a best of. We have great best of. We just went through the whole thing. We have TimTheTatman as well. That's a brand new interview. Awesome interview with him. If you don't know who he is, he's basically a superstar in the streaming world. He's going to be like we're full on, not to be Rebellion, but the cool streamers, Nick Merckx and TimTheTatman, we're all in on these guys because they're fucking awesome.
We're all in on streaming right now.
Well, we're all in on personality stream. We actually talked to him about it, how there's a difference between people who are like technically incredible at the video games but have no personality versus people you just want to hang out with, and that's TimTheTatman.
Yeah, I like Tim. I like Nick Merckx. I don't know. Do we have to pick a side? Or are they
No,
friendly?
they're friends.
Okay,
They're friends.
okay.
I think we're FaZe Clan.
Are they
right?
clan? Yeah, FaZe Clan.
We're
FaZe.
All right, we're
FaZe.
Clan.
FaZe as fuck.
We'll
But,
FaZe
yeah.
on site if you see us.
Dude, I'll FaZe fuck the shit out of you.
Yeah, don't even come
FaZe
at
up.
us.
FaZe up.
FaZe up.
FaZe
All right,
up, bro.
Before we do that, though, the Buffalo Bills are a fucking weapon. Josh Allen went into Foxborough, beat what was left of the Patriots. Cam Newton, I think he has to retire. I don't really know at this point. It
was sad. It was sad because they were doing their best, and after the game, Josh McDaniels even added on to what they were saying in the pregame and during the game, which is that Cam Newton is working harder than anybody else on the Patriots, but he just sucks. Well, you know how much that must suck personally to go into work before anyone, leave after everyone's gone, and still suck at your job.
It's got to be really, really bad.
Yeah, so he might straight up retire at this point. I don't want to harp too much on this, but they did lose their fullback going into the season. No one's talking about that. They lost Devlin and they lost Danny Vitale, who both opted out this year. Everyone's talking about Tom Brady, that's a big deal.
Actually kind of makes them not a fullback.
That's a big deal.
Right? That would make them not a fullback.
What, opting out?
Yes.
I think they're opting into more football later.
You know that's not a fullback.
Well, okay, so Devlin didn't opt out. Devlin broke his neck and had to retire. Danny Vitale, he's a Northwestern kid,
smarter than everyone
Yeah.
else. So, But it reminds me of, that stupid game, like way, way old game, like 20 years ago, the QWERTY, the QWERTY game, where the guy had to run.
Yeah, it's impossible.
Impossible. That's what Cam Newton looks like when he's trying to pass.
Yeah.
I think when he gets the ball, he says to himself, okay, like one foot in front of the other, cock your arm back, like he's actually doing a mental checklist. Mm-hmm. That's how regimented and broken it looks when he's trying to throw the football.
No, it does look like there's a small Cam Newton inside of Cam Newton's body that's like pulling the levers,
right,
and like making him do all the things.
You have to hit all the buttons perfectly just to get a 7-yard pass.
That's why he does the Superman celebration with the chest, just to like let the real Cam Newton take a peek out of his rib cage and then close it back up.
The other takeaway I had from this game, we've obviously, Josh Allen has been a friend of the program since he came in the league. We love Josh Allen, but even like knowing how awesome he is, he will still like once or twice a game put my jaw on the ground. I'll be watching it, be like, how did he just throw it that far, just effortlessly?
Yeah.
He's that incredible, and he's playing at that high of a level that he can still shock me. And I'm not saying he's Patrick Mahomes because Mahomes has the MVP in the Super Bowl, but there's only a few guys in the league who can do that where you sit there and you're like, holy fuck, how'd they do that? He's getting up to that level of how'd he do that?
It's also super impressive when you're doing it and it's cold outside. I know it probably makes like very little difference in terms of throwing the football, but watching on TV, if it's like 30 degrees outside and Josh Allen is like the king of small windows and just nailing these throws.
Right.
Like if it's cold, it's like more impressive personally to my eyeballs to watch it. But I do think that Josh Allen is the new king of windows in the NFL.
Yep.
I think he has windows that he hits that Patrick Mahomes, I don't think Patrick Mahomes can make those same throws.
Yeah.
I think that Josh Allen, I think the Buffalo Bills could very well beat the Chiefs. In fact,
they definitely can.
I think that the Buffalo Bills will beat the Chiefs in the playoffs.
Oh wow!
I'm going to be the first. I'm going to be the first that I heard say it.
Okay.
The Buffalo Bills are going to the Super Bowl.
Said it, but I don't want to hear.
I haven't heard anyone say it.
I know who said it, and I don't want to give him credit.
I'm going to say it with my chest, though.
Right.
That's Bruce Hart.
Yeah.
These Buffalo
Bills
to
hear it. Yeah.
Are going to the Super Bowl. But they might have to play the Browns in the playoffs. I don't know who I'm going to root for then.
Well, the Browns got lucky because Mason Rudolph is now officially starting on Sunday. I figured that was going to happen. Big Ben needed his bye week. Hilarious that Big Ben, like the reports after that game on Monday after we had taped, but he essentially just started calling his own plays for the entire second half, just like drawing it up in the. That's old school gunslinger like Brett Favre. Like, hey, we're gonna draw this up in the sand here and
play backyard
go.
Football.
Yeah. The Rams Cardinals game, which means a lot to my personal happiness, that is up in the air in terms of Kyler Murray's hurt, Jared Goff's hurt, Blake Bortles is back on the Rams. Blake Bortles saving the Bears season would be fantastic. And then the other news was Dwayne Haskins got cut.
Yep.
And that was actually the correct move, and I don't know.
No one's really saying it would. I haven't heard a single person be like they should have kept him.
How?
Around.
Why?
Yeah, why? What's going on? Like, and I'm liking the reports that are coming out. Like everything is now in retrospect. At the time, hand up, I wanted Dwayne Haskins. I'll admit it. I'm man enough to admit it.
How about
I didn't know
Giants fans who
I didn't
wanted
know,
Dwayne Haskins?
I didn't know he was going to have diarrhea for a full calendar year and get cut. That's on me. There was no way to tell that. But like going back and looking at exactly who on the team wanted him and who didn't, like it was very clear that Jay Gruden never wanted Dwayne Haskins. The people that were coaching the team at the time never wanted to draft Dwayne Haskins, and Dan Snyder made him because he was from Potomac, Maryland, and went to high school with Dan. That is the epitome of rooting for a team that's owned by Dan Snyder.
Yeah.
Is he will make your scouts and your front office draft a guy because he knew him when he was 15 years old. Mm-hmm. That is what the football team has been about in recent history. And then there were reports like that people in the war room wanted to throw up during draft night. I love that. I wish that,
that's
you know
like
what?
They're the same people who threw up when they saw Teddy Bridgewater's knee.
Yeah, you know what? Puke.
Yeah.
Don't tell me that you thought about puking.
Just puke.
I want to hear the report that you puke.
You're being what they call extra, okay?
Right.
It's very extra.
Oh, I'm going to be sick.
Dramatic, drama queen. Oh, I'm going to puke. So
I bet you if somebody had puked, they wouldn't have drafted him.
Yeah. They would have been like, oh, my God,
Yeah.
maybe that would have been the start of the coronavirus.
Yeah, or maybe
like, what's going on?
Or maybe they would have just like ran out the clock on their pick like the Vikings. Be like, oh shit, our draft card's covered in vomit.
Yeah, I think he'll get at least one more chance, but who knows?
He will.
Because the The list now of quarterbacks who were drafted in the first round in the last 25 years and cut by their team before winning 4 games: Achilles Smith, Johnny Manziel, Paxton Lynch, Dwayne Haskins. So I wouldn't there's a chance that he won't get another chance.
Oh, he's absolutely getting. He's football
Paxton
young.
Lynch and Johnny Manziel did not get another chance.
Yeah, but Dwayne Haskins is a little bit different. He's football young. He was good enough.
Okay, wait.
He was
hold on.
good enough in college.
Though.
And Johnny Manziel was a different story too. Like, you can't say that Johnny Manziel washed out because he wasn't good at football.
No, but Dwayne Haskins has other things besides football that got him cut.
Yeah, he loves strippers.
Right.
He's horny.
So when I say he gets another chance, I agree that he will be in a camp or something. Do you think he will start another football game in the NFL?
Yes, he will start. He will start.
I don't.
It might be a situation where he's a backup and gets in at a starting.
I don't.
Because of an injury. Care to make it interesting?
All these guys, like the amount of turnover and how quickly you can just be done, it's fast now. Because, all the old guys aren't going to retire. So, like Tom Brady and Phil Rivers and Drew Brees, they're never going to retire. Big Ben. I don't think there's a lot of seats at the table left.
There aren't, but
think about all the backups.
He will start. I guarantee you.
Okay, but
I will bet you $1,000 that he will start another game.
Think about all the backups that are now like going to be looking for a job next year.
Right.
You would take Dwayne Haskins over Marcus Mariota? I wouldn't.
Are you talking to me personally?
Yeah. Jameis Winston?
No, absolutely not.
Jameis Winston, Marcus Mariota.
Jameis Winston, yeah, I'd take him too.
Yeah. Mitch Trubisky's going to be out there, which I know like everyone's going to laugh, but someone will take a chance at him.
I'd take him over Dwayne Haskins. Yeah.
I think it's going to be Josh Rosen's never going to play another game.
I think we've seen enough from Josh. I think the body of evidence on Josh Rosen.
We've seen about the exact same.
With 12 games out of Dwayne Haskins?
Yeah,
I think Josh
Rosen
had more
didn't
than that.
play, not by a lot.
Well, the Dwayne Haskins stat lines are very similar to Josh Rosen's stat lines. He had a couple games where he threw like 350 yards, but like, yes, he's bad. But the fact that he only played 12 games in college and like 14 games in the NFL, and his arm is good enough where there'll be a coach that's like, I can fix this man. He's got the raw materials. I'll break him down. I mean, if Urban Meyer gets into the NFL, he's definitely going to bring Dwayne Haskins along as a backup. At least.
I'm just saying it's not as like guaranteed as it used to be. I normally would have been like, oh yeah, he'll definitely get another shot. He's a first round pick. I don't think it's as guaranteed as it used to be. They've played Josh Rosen and Dwayne Haskins have played the exact same number of games.
But Josh Rosen went to college for what, like 3 years?
But they played the exact same number of games in the NFL.
But Dwayne Haskins will definitely, and I mean Josh Rosen's gotten like 4 more shots after he got
not starting
after he got cut by the
not
by the
starting though. He hasn't started another game.
Trust me, Dwayne Haskins, he'll start a game. It'll be
ugly.
I don't
know. It'll be interesting. I'm not like guaranteeing that.
I don't think Dwayne Haskins will get a starting job, but he'll definitely get a backup job that will lead to a start at some point.
Okay, yeah, I could buy that. He will never be named starter for the season again.
Oh, probably not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay.
I think you and I were arguing 2 separate things.
Yeah, well, I still would say that I would say it's more likely than not that he does not start another game in the NFL. I really think that it can go a lot faster than people realize at this point with how close college and the NFL are together in terms of like the play calling, and they've come together a lot more, and how many quarterbacks we see in the draft every single year, like flooding the NFL rosters, how quickly they turn over.
There'll be one coach though, because coaches fall in love with arms so easily, and Dwayne Haskins has an arm that there'll definitely be a coach be like, oh my God, if I can harness the power of his arm, I can ride this all the way to like a Super Bowl. But Dwayne Haskins is not. He does not have what it takes to be a full-time starter.
I'm more saying that I wouldn't be shocked if he doesn't get another starting job ever again in the NFL, and it wouldn't be because of anything besides Dwayne Haskins kind of fucking himself over.
Yeah.
Because I think that this is how the NFL works now, where they burn through guys fast.
Yeah, and
they will move fast on a guy, and it will be over.
I think if you went back and listened to the show that we did when he came in, like in the third quarter, the middle of the third quarter against the Giants last year for his first reps in the NFL, we said, like, okay, Jay Gruden is absolutely putting him out there to show Dan Snyder that this guy sucks. Please don't make me play him. At the time, people thought that we were crazy for saying that, but I think that just demonstrates our deep knowledge of Dan Snyder and the Gruden family.
Yes. So, Dwayne Haskins, who knows what's going to happen. And the other news, trying to think, the Cubs are doing a fire sale. That fucking sucks. Whatever. The Padres are basically getting loaded so that they can finish second to the Dodgers again.
I know this makes no sense, but you could put an all-star team on the Padres, and I would just assume that they would finish second place.
Yeah, they're going to finish second place to the Dodgers.
They do have the sweetest uniforms in baseball.
They do, and they got the vibe going in Slam Diego.
Yeah.
The Cubs are going to start dipping into like very hateable in terms of the ownership territory very, very soon, because I have a feeling they're going to do a fire sale and make everyone pay for their shitty TV network. They're going to make everyone pay for like all the new bars in Wrigley and everything, and they're going to suck on the field. So that was the other story. Anything else?
Yeah, do you want to get mad about rankings real quick?
Sure.
We can get mad about
Which
rankings because ESPN just put out their list of the top 28 teams to ever make the college football playoffs. So they've college football playoffed the college football playoffs.
Okay.
Over the years. Number one.
Wait, I'd rather go the other way.
You want to start? Let's do top 10.
No, I want to know 28's got to be
the worst team.
Michigan State or Washington.
Okay, the worst team to ever make. It's 2015 Michigan State.
Okay.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
And then 27 is
Washington.
Notre Dame from 2018.
Okay, that makes sense.
They
lost 30-3.
They got their shit kicked by Clemson. Yeah.
Yep.
And then Notre Dame. Well, Notre Dame's kind of like a dynasty here. Notre Dame's at 26 also.
Okay.
But that's this year's Notre Dame team.
Okay.
That's pretty disrespectful to rank.
Yeah, that's very mean.
26 having not played in the college football playoffs yet.
Okay.
Then we've got Oklahoma from last year. I think that's kind of like if you played against LSU in this, you're going to be docked. You're going to be at like the end. And then 2016 Ohio State is number 24. So let's skip to the top 5 now because there's a lot of teams in between.
It's just Alabama and Clemson.
Let's see.
Oh, no, Ohio State when they won it.
Top 5, number 5, 2018 Alabama. Mm-hmm. They went 14-1. Number 4, 2016 Clemson when they beat Alabama in the Natty. Then 2017 Alabama. Then 2018 Clemson. And then LSU, number 1.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And so Ohio State was what, 6?
Ohio State was 6, yeah.
Okay. Well, that's...
But, yeah, I think...
That was a snake eating its tail there.
8 out of the top 10 are just Clemson and Alabama.
Yeah, I mean, they're better than everyone. It happens every single year. Anything else I'm trying to remember? I think that's it. We just got Bowl Mania, Cheez-It Bowl. We're taping this right before the Cheez-It Bowl. But just a reminder that the 2018 Cheez-It Bowl is one of the worst, best games I've ever seen. No, best, worst games I've ever seen in my entire life with 9 interceptions. I was going back through it today to try to remember it and going through tweets. The quarterback for TCU went 7 for 20 with 4 interceptions, 27 yards, and he actually got benched for a play by a guy who had drop foot, which is paralysis in your foot. It was incredible. I remember watching it and being like, what is going on? And
it sounds like a disease that you get in the trenches of World War I.
It was crazy. And then someone sent me a screenshot this morning. It was so funny. The progression, the quarterback for TCU, they won the game, by the way. The quarterback for TCU was like 4 for 15 for 10 yards and 4 interceptions. And then like a quarter later, he was 5 for 17 for 8 yards. Mm-hmm. So he went backwards in yards in one more completion.
I also remember they put a graphic up of like the quarterback that they brought in. It was like one of his legs doesn't work.
Right, one of his legs doesn't work. And there was a moment in time where the TCU and the Cal quarterbacks were the only 2 quarterbacks in all of Division I who were seniors on their roster playing in a game when they had never started a game for the team that they were on.
That's
like
crazy.
That. It was insane. It was absolutely insane.
There's
yeah.
One more thing. Jim Schwartz, it looks like, he's put himself in a position of temporary interim head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh, nice.
Because he gave a press conference and he was talking about what they have to do this weekend on Sunday night, and he said we've got to have a no hat rule this week. So no hats. They're not allowing hats in the building because
shot at Carson Wentz
because they don't want to have the Washington football team go into their house and then put a division champion hat on right after the game. So they're leading by example with
T-shirt and hat.
No hats. I don't like that though. I feel like
you guys are.
I'm
guys
scared
are
now. I'm scared.
Well, also, I mean, if Carson Wentz plays now, you're really fucked because Carson Wentz, if you take away his backwards hat, he's a franchise quarterback.
But if he goes forward,
well, no, he's not wearing a hat. He can't wear a hat.
I don't know. I still have the mindset that the more Carson Wentz tries to do, the worse he is.
No,
the more Carson.
Don't want Carson Wentz.
I do want an extreme version of Carson Wentz. I want the most Carson Wentz version of Carson Wentz possible.
All right, let's do our best stuff. So we got a bunch of great stuff. We'll go in and out explaining it. First up, we have Tim the Tatman, brand new interview. We've never talked about it. We've never had it air before. Great interview with Tim the Tatman, streamer extraordinaire. Before we do that, HelloFresh is a new sponsor of ours. HelloFresh, you get fresh, pre-measured ingredients and mouth-watering seasonal recipes delivered right to your door. HelloFresh lets you skip those trips to the grocery store and make some home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. If you're you can't really go out to dinner anymore right now, so guess what? HelloFresh has you hooked up. You don't have to go to the grocery store. You get it delivered right to your door. HelloFresh offers 23-plus recipes each week featuring a range of flavors, cuisines, and ingredients so you'll never get bored. Eating healthier has never been easier with low-cal, carb-smart, vegetarian, and pescatarian options every week. I actually did the low-carb option, the carb-smart option, and because we're getting hard bodies in 2021. It makes everything so much easier when you get it delivered and you don't go to the grocery store and be like, ooh, I kind of want some ice cream. Ooh, I kind of want this. I want that. It comes right to you. It's delicious. You're set. It's the best way to get yourself back on track with HelloFresh. You can also cut down on grocery bills and food waste. HelloFresh delivers pre-portioned ingredients so you're not overbuying, which is a burden on the planet. HelloFresh offers the flexibility you need with customizable orders every week. You can easily change your delivery days or food preferences and skip a week whenever you need. HelloFresh Easy Eats offering has a tons of quick and easy meal solutions like oven-ready and 10 to 20-minute meals, perfect for your busy schedule. So go check them out right now. Go to HelloFresh.com/PMT10. Use code PMT10 for 10 free meals. That's 10 free meals on us, including free shipping. HelloFresh.com/PMT10, PMT10 for 10 free meals, including free shipping. So do it right now. HelloFresh, you can start feeling good. You can start looking good. You can start saving some money at the grocery store. You can do it all with HelloFresh. Start eating some great meals in 2021. New year, new you. HelloFresh.com/PMT10. Use code PMT10 for 10 free meals, including free shipping. Try that low-cal or carb-smart offer, which I have tried and love. So do it again. HelloFresh.com/PMT10. Okay, here he is, Tim the Tatman. Okay, we now welcome on very special guest. It is Tim the Tatman. You know him. He is a very famous person on Twitch, streamer, video game guy. You might have actually found out about him through the Fall Guys situation that you had a couple months ago, which was electric. That's how I first saw you on my radar. Tim, thank you for having us on, Tim, or thank you for coming on.
Absolutely.
It's great we've been trying to set this up for a while. So
I know, man.
We're trying to broaden our horizons, get more involved in the Twitch. Can we start like from the top, like your history, your story, how you got into all this?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. So I started streaming. I heard about Twitch about 8 years ago, right? And I used to watch Soda Poppin', who's still a very large streamer. Then I watched him years ago, and I was like, man, this is kind of cool. This guy's just like playing video games and hanging out, and there's like a chat room and stuff like that. And so I was like, I want to try that. So I built my very first streaming PC about 8 years ago now. It was $800. And I just started kind of doing it casually on the side. And I was working full time, 40, 50 hours a week, just doing the normal thing and just kind of streaming like 20 or 30 on the side. And then after a while, I finally got my sub button and I started being able to make some money on it. And I was like, oh, dude, this is cool. And then I'll never forget one day I was sitting there. I was like, man, I'm making more money on the side than I am in my full-time thing. I was like, shoot, maybe I should give this a shot, right? And I still won't forget I went in and talked to my boss and I was like, hey, I appreciate you guys all a lot. This is great, but I think I got to take a chance here. And God, I did. And, here I am now. 7 years later, I've been full-time for almost 7 years now. So it's, but it all just started as a hobby and It was a lot smaller back then, bro. A lot smaller.
So when you were coming up and playing video games your whole life, I would imagine, were you always like an entertaining person while you were playing video games, or were you like when you started, were you kind of quiet and then you got good at talking shit and then you were like, hey, maybe I should be broadcasting this?
Yeah, no, I was always pretty vocal. My friends will tell you, no matter what I played. I have not played a game of Madden since I was 15 because I got so mad at one of my friends because I'm a big Cowboys fan, obviously, and he's an Eagles fan, and he was the Eagles and I was the Cowboys, and I was losing 52-6 at half, and he was just, I wasn't even saying anything. I was so mad. I like freaked out. I like threw my controller. I threw my phone into a wall. It was a whole thing. And, but I've always just had to like express myself whenever I played, whether it's Call of Duty or Counter-Strike or a sports game like Madden, you know. But I guess I've always just kind of been that way my whole life, you know. I don't know if I ever thought I was entertaining, though. It was just kind of what I did. You know what I mean?
There's definitely something to be said for like guys who are fun to play video games with. I've got friends that are very fun, and then some friends that are probably better, but not as fun to play video games with. And I'm always going to choose the person who's like better at shit talking, you know? Exactly.
Yeah, right. You want to, you know, there's times where we would come home from work and we just play Call of Duty and just kind of, you know, you hang out. It's not as serious, right? Even if we're not winning, we're still having a good time, right? I think. And there's a lot to be said about that, man, to just kind of decompress after work and stuff and just hanging out. You know what I mean? So
you tell the story about, you know, quitting your job. That's an awesome moment. Anyone who bets on themselves, you know, PFTA, and actually everyone in this room has kind of had that similar moment of like, hey, we're not going to do the traditional job. We're going to give this a go. But what was the moment where you realized, oh, fuck, this is actually kind of a career here? Like, this is being a video game player is now a legit career.
Yeah, I really, it was around the time I was going full time. Like I said, it was at a point where I was working less on the side, but I was making more money. I was like, okay, well, wait, maybe I got something that I could take a shot here. But even when I did that, I'll never forget, I was talking to my dad and he was like, well, you got to be careful, have something to fall back on just in case. And I did, understandably, because I mean, that long ago, people were making money playing video games when it wasn't anywhere near the level of money that we're looking at now. I haven't seen industry grow. I mean, to be fair, I was younger, right? But growing up in this video game industry and seeing like the amount of money that a lot of these young kids even are making now is crazy. It's crazy to see. It's like, it's almost the flip, right? When I was younger, my dad was like, get off those video games, go work, go play outside. Now you got some parents that are like, get on that video game quick. It's like it's a weird dynamic now where it kind of flipped around, but it really was around that time that for me personally, it was at that moment where I was kind of making more, playing video games, entertaining on the side. And I was like, I think this could actually be something here and I want to give it a shot.
Yeah.
Did you have any moments at your old real job where while you were working, gaining popularity, like somebody from your side universe that knew you from your streams brought that into your real orbit in the office or something like that, and you had to kind of weigh your popularity offline versus what you're doing like in an office environment or whatever your job was?
Yeah, nothing like that ever really happened at work. I had gotten recognized a little bit while I was still working, but it wasn't at work necessarily. And all my coworkers obviously knew what I did. Mm-hmm. And so it was kind of this thing where, they were just kind of joking around like, oh, Tim, he plays video games for a living, blah, blah, blah. And, but at that point in my career, I've been recognized maybe a handful of times at that point, because I'm from Syracuse, New York, which is, a smaller town. And I mean, it's not super, super small, but it's a smaller city, right? Yeah. And so I got recognized a couple times, like a real small handful of times. And part of that, too, is because I didn't really go out much, right? I was working 40, I was streaming 30. And then if I had time on the side, I was trying to hang out with some friends, stuff like that, when I was a lot younger. So, but no, not really at work necessarily. But around that time, there were people that were starting to recognize me in the Syracuse area.
So where do you rank on the skill-based level? Because like the Fall Guys is a perfect example where I think maybe I'm new to streaming, understanding it, but it does feel like there are exceptional video game players and there are the people that are a fun hang and really entertaining. And it seems like this isn't a knock on your video game skills, but would you say you fall into that category?
I definitely fall in the category of more fun to play with, and I understand that. It's a weird dynamic, though, because my chat always called me like a wild card, right? You kind of never know what you're going to get out of base play. For me, every once in a while, there's this weird, version of me when I'm playing that just like almost like transcends. And I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing, right? And there's times where I've clutched up in pretty crazy moments. And, even with something like Fortnite, like I have some earnings in Fortnite, I have earnings in Warzone from tournaments, right? Not just by stream, but when you look at me compared to a lot of these guys that are way, way, way up here, obviously I'm a lot less skilled than them, but the reality is I'm playing with these guys like Nick, Swag, Cloaksy. These guys all got, excuse me, microphone. These guys all got what, 5+ KDs, maybe like 4 or 5-ish. I'm sitting around a 2.7. So like if you put me against like 13-year-old me, I would have kicked my ass.
Wait,
now,
what's KD?
Right?
What's KD?
Oh, KD's kill death ratio. So it's like for every time like Cloaksy's alive, he'll get 5 kills before he dies.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So for me, that's kind of the base that a lot of people do with Warzone to kind of tell where you're at. So like for me, I'm a 2.7, which means for me usually 2.7 every time I die. Average normal for most is around a 1.
What about now? I mean, I haven't played Call of Duty in a couple of years, but I was like a -3, I think.
That's it's not bad.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's fun hang, right?
Right.
I played Warzone for the very first time last night. I jumped out of the plane, got my parachute caught in a tree, and then I fell on the ground and died immediately. What is it? That's a negative. Is that just a -1?
That's So that's a -1. So I guess that's your KD now.
It's an efficient -1 though because it was so fast.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Your
quick.
time played is impressive, right? It's like, man, this guy played for like 5 seconds and he's got a -1 KD already. But yeah.
What advice would you give to somebody hypothetically who is just starting to play Warzone? If you could give them like 2 pieces of advice to be the best Warzone player that they could be.
That's kind of a good question, actually.
Great question.
I would say don't. So a lot of us guys, they always see us dropping Superstore, right? They see us landing at these hot spots and just getting in. If I was starting, I would land away out. You know what I mean? Because battle royales have obviously been a genre that have been around for a very long time now. I remember Arma 3 battle royale. This is 6-7 years ago that I played it, and then you got games like H1Z1, which kind of came from it. And I'd always played like battle royales, and I'd always liked the concept. But when I first started, I was always like, okay, let's just go far away, try and like get myself situated, and then let's make our way in. Whereas now in Warzone, I'm just like, okay, hop right in the middle. You got 25 people landing on you, and it's crazy. Right?
I like that advice. Like, just
take it slow.
Be a coward. I can use that advice. I can lean into that.
I don't know if coward, maybe be intellectual with your positioning.
Yeah, that's how I'll frame it.
That.
Yeah, I'll be really extra smart with it. Is it possible to win an entire battle royale without firing a shot? Because that's what I want to try to do.
We did it in Fortnite.
Yeah, I finished like 3rd in Fortnite once with just hiding in a bush.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Fortnite, we made it happen. Warzone, I think, would be a lot harder. I don't even know if we ever tried that in Warzone because Warzone's gunplay is so much. I mean, obviously in Fortnite, it's like you get shot and you just kind of like build, right? And there's less, I would say, like pew 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 kind of gunplay compared to Warzone.
Yeah,
Warzone would be really hard to not win without a shot. We did win one where we only used like melee Cali sticks. Mm-hmm. We did that, but so technically we didn't shoot. Cali sticks is like a you run around with these 2 sticks. Yeah, and you just kind of pop, and you just like hit. So we actually we might have gotten second. I don't even know if we won with that. We were really close with that though, but that was really hard because if these guys know what they're doing. And they, most of the time they do, and they have guns and we don't. I mean, that's just kind of.
That's what I might try to do. I might try to be a pacifist in Warzone and see how far I can
get the riot shield out. Just kind of hold the. I got to tell you, I've seen a lot of guys in the end game with just a riot shield, just walking around because no one can kill them.
Yeah.
Something to say there,
This is kind of it might be a boring question, but I'm always interested in just day to day. Like, what is your schedule like? What do you do?
So. I'm typically up around 6 or 7. I have a kid, my son. He's a little less than 2, so he's usually up bright and early. Right?
I have a son the same age.
Yeah, I mean, so you get it. It's like they're up, you're up. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, the day's starting for everyone. It's 5 o'clock. So, 6 or 7 is usually when I get up. I've been trying to look after my health a bit, so I'll try and go for like a little run, mile, 2, 3 on a really good day. You know what I mean? And then usually get some coffee in me, and I'm usually going live around 9 or 10 in the morning. And then typically I'll go till about 5 or 6
straight through.
And straight through. Times obviously you'll get up, walk around, but I wouldn't say I'm gone for like an extended period. You know how like I think back when I used to work at a warehouse, right? It's like I had a 15-20 minute break where I just kind of walked away and just didn't. You don't have anything like that necessarily, obviously, but like if I got to get up and get something to eat really quick, I'll just go grab something and come back. And then I'm streaming from about 10 to 5, 10 to 6 on a long day. And then, sometimes a lot of times actually, I'll meetings, something like this, obviously. And I just shut my stream off and now here I am doing this. Right. So there's a lot of stuff surprisingly that happens off the stream that a lot of people obviously don't see when you're not live. Right. But then, dude, I'm freaking, usually like after this, I'll just go get some dinner, maybe a steak or something, and then relax for a little bit, hour or 2. Sometimes I play a video game off stream. That's a funny conversation with my wife.
You will.
Because it's hard to explain, but like when I'm streaming, so for example, I just got done with Fortnite. I was playing Fortnite for about 4 or 5 hours there with Nick. And when I get off stream, I have like different games and I chill out with more. You guys ever hear World of Warcraft? You know what that game is?
Yeah.
I love WoW, but I don't typically stream it as much just because it's not in my, I guess you could say, wheelhouse of how I entertain, if you will.
Right.
There'll be times I'll be like, F it, I'm just going to stream it, but it was always here's what I always tell people is World of Warcraft, I've been playing since I was 13. It's always how I defragged, right? So it's like I'd work, come home from work, hop on WoW for like an hour or 2 and go to bed, right? So now sometimes I'm playing 8 hours a day. Then I get off and I'm like, all right, hang out with my son for a little bit, put him to bed. It's like, all right, I'm gonna go.
I mean, like porn stars have sex, right? After they shoot porn.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
So
exactly.
It's kind of the same thing.
I've never thought of it that way.
Yeah, you make love to
exactly.
WoW.
To
there
WoW.
You go.
Right.
You're fucking during the day.
Right, and then you're making love to WoW at night.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. I mean, that's a good way to look at it. I mean, absolutely. But yeah, that's usually my day in, day out kind of.
And is it 7 days a week? Do you take a day off?
No, man. I'm actually a lot of these streamers. A lot of them go hard for a really long time. I've always taken 2 days off, and I think that's been great for me.
Yeah.
I see there's a ton of burnout. As funny as it is to say, a lot of people looking outside in. They look at something like this as a job and they kind of laugh at it. Like, how would you burn out? All you're doing is playing video games all day, right? But there's a lot of people, man, it's just like mental burnouts that are just, they're done. I think a big part of why I've been able to do this for so long is I have a pretty healthy balance, man. I'll take 2 days off a week usually, with the exception of if something big's going on. I might hop on a weekend or something like that. But usually Saturdays, Sundays, I'm off. And then in the summers too, I'll take like a week family vacation. Yeah. And not a ton of these streamers. I mean, to be fair, a lot of them are kids, right? But it's like I got my family, my wife, my kid, and I'll take them on a vacation, just completely disconnect for a week, go hang out at Disney, Orlando, whatever, and just relax. And I think there's a big testament to that. But usually 5 days a week though.
Yeah, I mean that's cool. I mean it's interesting just to hear because it's a job. You know what I mean? You love it, but it's also a job. It really is like I'm working a schedule just like anyone else who works.
I mean, in addition to the porn star thing, that's like us watching sports and talking about sports, and then we go home and we watch sports and we talk about sports. Right. But it's different because we're not. People aren't hearing us do it. Yeah. It's,
Yes.
This might be a dumb question, but do you do eye exercises?
I don't. Not a dumb question. And my eyes have gotten worse since I've been playing for so long. I will say that too. It's not to a point where I don't have any glasses. Basically, when I started, I was 20/20 for a really long time, and now I'm my vision's not as good as it was. I can tell, like, because I'm staring at the screen all day, right? I'm looking here, and then I like go to look at my TV, and it's like way far away, and I'm like, what the heck? And I've definitely gotten to that point now where I don't know if it's old age comboed. I'm 30 now. I don't know if it's that comboed with playing for 8 hours a day, but I don't actually do eye exercises. What I will say is, if I don't play WoW or something, I try not to stare at a screen as much. Even on my phone, I try not to be on my phone a ton. Like just try to give my eyes a little break at least.
Do you dream about video games?
So, I mean, sometimes, bro. Sometimes. Are you
good in those? Like, are you? Are you Nick Merckx good because you're not in real life?
Right. That's the dream, right? It's thinking about. Oh man, I squad wiped them so easy. No, I'll dream about like World of Warcraft once in a while. Even times when I was playing a ton of Fortnite, I dream about Fortnite. It's weird, man. But I think that's kind of how it is with anything that you're kind of consumed with, right? You'll go to bed and your subconscious will be thinking about, whatever it is that, you're super, super obsessed with, and I mean, video games for me, I'd always played my whole life. I'd always loved them. And it was a constant battle with me and my dad saying, get off the video games. But here we are, man, able to turn my obsession into a job, thankfully. So.
Yeah. So one of the guys who works here is a huge fan. Like he actually, when we were getting ready to interview you, he pulled me aside and was like, I've been a TimTheTatman fan forever. I'm going to send you guys a list. So he sent us a list. Some of these questions we don't even really know what they mean, but can we fire off a few of them?
Yeah, this will be interesting because I'll be able to kind of tell.
Yeah, this is what like your hardcore fans probably want to hear.
Sure.
How much money do you make after taxes?
Oh my gosh, I don't even know about that.
No, I'm just kidding. That wasn't a real question. All right.
But you know what's funny? I don't even know off the top of my head, bro, because that's all my business manager stuff.
No, that wasn't a real question. All right.
I was about to go too.
Why you should buy a Jeep over a Tesla?
Oh, well, I mean, let's start with the base minimum, right? Jeeps are cooler, right? Just, you can take the doors off, you can take the tops off. One thing I love about my Jeep, I drive Wranglers and I have a Gladiator. And you'll never see like one or two Jeeps that are the same because there's so much like customization on them, bro.
One guy's got the Dave Matthews sticker in the top right-hand corner. One guy has the
flag on the back, on the tire.
Yeah. Yep. No, you're right.
You're totally right.
Bro. I'm a huge Dave fan too, so that's funny.
Of course.
But yeah, if there's like a zombie apocalypse or something like that, and there's like a Tesla that is like, let's say, abandoned on the side of the road, right? Hypothetically, you disconnect your sway bar, you're in a Jeep, bro. You just go right over it. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of benefits, but ultimately Jeeps are just superior in every way, shape, and form.
It's tough to quit dipping if you're driving a Jeep, though, because you're going, first of all, you're outdoors at the time. Second of all, you're going to gas stations. Our good friend Blake Bortles purchased a Tesla just so that he would stop going to gas stations to buy dip all the time.
Really?
He still dips. It didn't work.
Spoiler. I don't know if the Tesla worked then, bro.
Yeah, that's a expensive method of quitting Copenhagen.
Yeah. Cold turkey might have been a little better, found the wallet, but what are you gonna do?
Here's another question that we got sent. How much taller are you than Nick Merckx?
Oh, he's how tall do you guys think he is?
I think he's my height because
what are you?
Because he says that he's 5'11", 6 feet. I'm 5'8" and a half.
Okay. Yeah, he's right around there, 5'8", 5'9".
Okay.
Yeah, easily.
So you tower over. How tall are you?
I'm depends on the shoes I'm wearing, but I'm around 6'3".
Okay.
To about 6'1" on a really good day. 6'1" on a good day. I'm over 6 foot. Easy though.
I have no idea how tall you are. You just gave us three different heights.
This is what
dude, if you're over 6 feet, you don't have to lie. You know that, right?
I'm over 6 foot. I'm over 6 foot.
I don't have to lie. I'm 6'2" and a half.
I'm over 6 foot, and Nick is just ever so under 6 foot, and he really can't accept it. It's crazy.
Okay, could you beat him up in a fight?
That'd be a hard fight, bro. It depends on the circumstances. He's lifting right now heavy. Right now, he'd kick my ass probably. I used to lift a lot back in the day, but right now I'm kind of getting into my old age, 30. I'm running. My legs right now are strong, but my upper body's not there right now. So I could get a good hit though.
Yeah. What if you guys are both at your peak? Dude, you can beat his ass.
That's a tough one. Yeah, that's a really tough one, bro. I got hit with a Ford F-150 while I was running.
What?
And I popped up from it. Yeah, I got hit. This guy blew a stop sign. I was running. This was back when I was lifting a good amount. I was jogging, and the guy blew a stop sign. I heard it last second.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No,
Go
I was
ahead,
gonna say,
go
are
ahead.
you sure this just wasn't GTA?
No, I'm positive, bro.
Okay,
It's not.
all right,
It
all
was,
right.
This was real life.
All right, so no,
He
tell
hit
the story. Tell the story. Yeah.
So I was just, jogging, and the guy, I saw the truck. I had a stop sign, so I was like, I'll just go through. He apparently blew the stop sign, and he just like hit me. And my only reaction was to jump up and lean into it. Thank God, because otherwise it probably would have like went over me, and I'd be in a lot different circumstances right now. But it was. I got hit, and I popped up. Because I always played sports when I was younger, so I like heard my dad in my head like walk it off kind of thing, like I didn't just get hit by a truck. So he hit me and popped up, and the guy pulled over. And this is the funniest part to me, bro. It's high noon on like a sunny December day in Syracuse, and I'm wearing a reflective jacket just for whatever reason. And the guy comes out of the truck. I'm 6 foot 250. He goes, "Man, you came out of nowhere." I was like, "Oh." I was like, I came out of nowhere, bro. I don't know where you were looking, but I was dead in the center of this intersection. But he hit me good, but like that didn't even knock me out. You know what I mean? That kind of hit me, and I was like, oh shit, and I just kind of popped up. But peak, it'd be an interesting fight, bro.
Sounds like you could win.
Yeah,
Sounds like you could win. Unless Nick Burks is a truck.
You just said that you leaned into a truck.
Yeah,
as it was hitting
I
you.
did, and it didn't knock me out. So I don't know, but I mean, one good punch that could really kind of change your day. You know what I'm saying? So who knows?
That's true.
Between you and Nick, if you guys were to play a game of Warzone, what's the BD ratio, the bros per death? How many bros do you let out during a game as compared to him? Because I know he's a big bro guy too.
Yeah, there's this whole running joke about how listening to a stream with me and him, it's just every other word is bro. I would say our average bro per death is probably about 6 or 7, to be honest. For me, it's probably higher than my kill death. But him and I both, we just kind of, I don't know. Bro's always been my whole life. It's just been a middle of the road term, like middle conversation. You know what I mean? Just like, yeah, what's going on, bro? You know what I mean? That just rolls off the tongue. But it's funny you mentioned that. Was that a question from the guy?
Yeah.
Did he ask that?
Yeah.
Because we say it way more than we probably should, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, I just did it right there. See, that was like a natural, right? That was like a natural time where it just rolled off the tongue.
It is a great word because you can be like, "What's up, bro?" which is casual, or you can be like, "Bro,"
Right.
which is like you've been betrayed if you let that one out.
Depending on the inflection, there's a lot of things that bro can mean. You know what I mean, bro?
Yeah,
Bro.
what's the meanest thing that the chat has said, or like, what's the thing that really makes them mad, or makes you mad that they
Makes
do?
me mad. Gosh,
This is a dumb thing for you to answer, by the way.
I've heard everything. I mean, well, I'm wearing this. So this is Ninja's new hoodie, and I'm wearing this today, and they're all spamming Jigglypuff cosplay or Kirby cosplay. You know what I'm saying? They just any kind of clothing I wear, anything besides like a black t-shirt. If I have a base black t-shirt on, I don't really hear anything. If I put any other color on, it's unbelievable, bro. Anything I'm wearing, they just kind of harp on it, and it's literally gotten to me a point where most of my wardrobe is just black t-shirts because I typically don't. I wore this today and they were roasting me.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
You got to do it. I've slowly gotten into that zone too. Just wear black t-shirts all the time. Because then
slimming,
exactly.
makes me look thinner.
Very slimming. What's your relationship with the chat overall? Is it like, do you converse with them the entire time? Do you have like hardcore TimTheTatman fans that you know and you recognize? How's that work?
Yeah, so there's viewers that I've seen since like day one. There's a couple guys that have been there for 8-ish years now, I think. And so like I usually, I don't know how, but I'll usually catch them in the chat when they're in there. But my relationship with my chat's good, man. We joke around a lot. At the beginning of my stream, I always do like, it's almost like, I don't want to call it a podcast because it isn't, but it's like, I call it just chatting, where I literally turn my stream on. Similar, I'm just talking there, we're just bantering back and forth, but it's instead of like me talking to someone else, I'm talking to the chat. That makes sense. So it's like a little bit of a different dynamic there, but I start off every day with that, and it's just kind of how I ease into it. And I always say this: we joke around a lot and they roast me a lot, but I know they'd all have my back in a bar fight. That's what I always say. And any of my viewers that I met, they would come. Have a right hook out of nowhere if someone was trying to start something with me, and it kind of feels like like a tight family where you could joke around with each other and not take each other too seriously and, hang out at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Have you ever done anything that's caused the chat to turn on you?
Ooh. Anything sus?
When you change your intro?
Oh. Bro, my intro, man, and the new one is just so much better, but some of them are so locked in on the old intro. I just...
How could you do that? How can you do
right.
that?
How could I? But it's like these are clips from like 7 or 8 years ago. It's like I'd like to change a little something at this point. And then you know what my favorite part of the new intro is? My old intro was 3 minutes long, and it was like this little song that we made, and it was really catchy. But the new intro, the thing is, it locked me into that 3-minute intro. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Right now, my new intro loops for eternity. So if I'm walking around the house, just kind of easing into my day, I'm not. Basically, if I wasn't at my computer after 3 minutes, they're staring at a black screen. Right? I got There's nothing there. Yeah. So now it's like I can leave that thing up for an hour, bro. Whenever I want to come out, you know what I'm saying? Give it another 30 minutes. But yeah, the intro, the old intro is great. And every once in a while, Whips, my head mod, he'll play the old intro just for a good measure. You know what I mean? Just to give it to him a little bit, and have them be happy it's there.
I can understand that though. It's like at some point that song, it stops becoming like a pump up song for you. In your own head, it's like a clock, like ticking down to zero, and it becomes like anxiety.
I heard that song in my sleep. Still, I can hear that song in my sleep. So
I'm watching this video right now. So your son turned off your stream the other day. How like that? I mean, I like I said, I have a son that's pretty much the same age, and all they do is just. If there's a button, he's pressing it.
But yep, that's absolutely right.
Literally and figuratively. But how do you have you like? At what point are you going to hope that your son's going to start playing video games with you? And is that weird to think like I'm a dad, but I'm also a professional video game player?
Yeah, I've thought about that. I think a lot of parents, some of them are kind of weary about televisions, iPads, stuff like that. Just like kind of giving it to a kid at a young age. I'm kind of the opposite, and I don't know. I don't know if that's necessarily good, but I want him to. I'd love to play video games with him. I think that'd be great. I think about times when I was younger, and even though my dad didn't like video games, he would still sit down every once in a while and kind of play with me. And those are some really loving moments that I have in my own memory. So I'm really excited to have that happen with my own son. I will say that I'm planning on kicking his ass in video games for about as long as I can, because there's probably going to come a point where he's going to be better than me, right? Because a lot of these kids, they're better than me right now. I can admit that, but I want him to think, I was like, oh, my dad's crazy good, right? Even though everyone else in the world's like, he's okay, he's average, but now he beats me and everything, But I think we're going to have a lot of great memories with that. I'm really excited for that.
I love that.
Yeah, it's great. It's like most dads are afraid of the first time their kid beats them in basketball. Actually, that's what I'm going to do with my kid eventually is I'm just going to beat the shit out of him in basketball when they're like 5, and then so they'll retain that memory and they'll think, oh, my dad, my God, my dad is the best basketball player that ever lived.
He can almost be in the NBA, right?
Yeah.
All right, I had one last question for you. Cowboys. Sure. Let's talk about the Cowboys.
Sir.
Oh, let me do this. Final question brought to you by Cross Country Mortgage, America's crazy good mortgage company. Go to ccmlens.com/take to learn more about your future home buying experience or refinancing needs. Equal housing opportunity. All right, the Cowboys. The Cowboys.
Yep. Cowboys.
The Cowboys fucking suck, dude.
It's a hard year, man. It's a hard year. It's been a hard.
Which year are you talking about? The last 25?
Yeah, right. I was about to say it's been a hard. What? It's been a hard, long time. I was 3 and 4. I was born in '90, so I vaguely remember '94. I consider myself that I watched that Super Bowl. That's right, because my dad is a huge Cowboys fan, and he sat me down next to him, and so I jokingly say that I saw the Cowboys win. But bro, I mean, this year, woof. I mean, it's happened. It's kind of like a rinse and repeat, as a Cowboys fan. I always say that. It's like at the beginning of the year, you're looking at it, you're like, oh, we look good. We're looking good this year. This looks great, right? Really, the talent, you look at the lineup, you're like, oh, my God, how aren't we going to win, right? And then, a couple games in, you're kind of feeling it out. It's like, okay, well, and then maybe an injury happens or something like that. You're like, well, okay. And then now we're, I don't even know what we are right now, 3-7, I think. The whole NFC East right now is just a giant, awful. It's just terrible. Whoever wins that, I've been jokingly saying though, whoever wins the NFC is going to win the Super Bowl. Watch it, because everyone's going to under-expect it. You know what I mean?
I think they're probably going to win a playoff game. That happens all the time. Like there's a 6-10 team.
Wait, it was the Giants. Weren't they called? Didn't they win the Super Bowl coming off 8-8?
They were
I think
9-7. I think.
Were they?
I think they were 9-7 that year. But the Saints won when they were 9-7 when they won their division, or when they were 7-9.
7-9, right?
They lost to the Seahawks.
Yeah,
I forget how that went. A 7-9 team won a game.
Yeah, there was like a stat where it's like, teams that are, coming into the playoffs as the underdog have a more of a chance, whatever. But the Cowboys, man, I love them, and I've been a fan my whole life. But it's, man, this year, I mean, I'm, a rebuilding year. I feel like I say that, every year though for the last
right. Not even
the Cowboys just reload, but they just reload to being exactly as inefficient as they were.
Yeah, 8-8, man. It's like they're plague. I don't even know. I don't even think we're gonna hit 8-8 this year, but it's like 8-8 by the end of the year. Every single time, it's like, man, I don't know, bro. I don't know. As a fan, I just watch it. I'm like, man, hopefully next year we get it all sorted out. You know what I mean? But
I guess the spin zone is as long as you pay Dak, then he'll probably come back and you guys will be a solid 8-8, 9-7 again.
Right, you're right. I mean, Dak's I love him as a QB. I was a huge Tony Romo fan too. I feel like a lot of people didn't really like Romo for whatever reason. You think about the drop, the fumbled, kick hold, whatever. Mm-hmm. But it's like I always liked the way Tony Romo played, and then Dak came in. I was like, I like Dak a lot too, and I really do have high hopes for Dak, man. I hope they sign him and figure it out. We'll see.
Yeah. I actually did see this last one from the sheet. Man of many looks throughout the years, just like you. He's talking to me, and he said fluctuating in various weights, which I actually noticed because I'm a bigger guy myself who fluctuates. Yep. When you said at the beginning, I'm trying to look after my health, running a mile a day. That is such a fat guy thing to say.
It is, bro.
Like,
right.
Like I'll say that every now and then. Be like, yeah, you know what? I'm on a diet. I went to the gym for 20 minutes today. I'm trying to get healthy. Right. And then check in 3 weeks from now, and I'm eating a pizza, doing the same old shit. So keep strong. Stay strong.
Thank you. Hey, I appreciate that, man. You too, bro. We'll get there eventually, right? One day at a time.
Yes. And holidays are coming up. You're doing the pre-holiday. I'm doing that right now too.
Yeah, right. Pre-holiday, so I can bulk. Bulk at the end of December.
Yeah, it's games right now.
Yeah.
And then you get to take that diet through January because it's the playoffs and the Super Bowl.
Right. Super Bowl. You want to eat good on the Super Bowl, so you kind of end of December into Super Bowl area.
Well, then Valentine's Day, you want to go for a nice meal too.
Valentine's Day, and then after that, it's like, summer's coming up. We'll sit spring. All right, let's diet again a little bit. It's like I
think we figured out that America has really 1 month in which guys can realistically hope to diet, and that's April. Like right after March Madness is over. You get April to kind of not eat anything, just drink a lot of water, eat salad, and then that through Memorial Day, and then Memorial Day weekend through
Memorial
Day.
Memorial Day is like the kickoff, right? The kickoff of eating barbecue and drinking beer. So
yes. Well, this has been awesome, man. We really appreciate it. We got to play some video games with you and Nick sometime. That would be.
I'm down, bro. I'm down. Let's get you guys in some Warzone games or Fortnite. Fortnite or Warzone? Which one do you like more?
I'll play Warzone. I'm actually going to try to see how long I can last without firing a weapon.
Let's get it, bro. Let's get you in so that maybe when you put you next to me, people will be like, man, maybe Tim's actually, kind of decent, right?
Yeah,
maybe that would be the thing, right?
Yeah, the old Adam Gase, Jay Cutler. Yeah,
maybe we'll have Nick Burke sit in our studio and use the controls while I sit with a dummy controller and I murk.
Good idea. Smart, smart. I like that.
All right, man. Well, thanks so much. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate you guys having me. Thanks much for doing this. It's awesome.
Yeah, go check him out on Twitch, TimTheTatman. Very, very entertaining.
Appreciate you.
Okay, thanks to TimTheTatman. Next up, PFT, we have we're going to go actually in chronological order for the year for our best of, and we have something that feels like it was 10 million years ago, but it was the national championship in New Orleans. It really does feel like that was 20 years ago.
It makes no sense that this was 11 months ago.
The best time ever.
It was one of my favorite weeks I've ever had and one of my favorite mornings that I've ever had. It was right in the sweet zone when you were still drunk, but you hadn't quite started to get hungover yet.
Right.
And so you were feeling great about all your decisions, which were probably questionable at best.
Everything was funny.
Yes.
Like everything was giggling. Liam, what was your favorite memory from that morning?
All of it.
Yeah, all of it. Sleeping in.
Liam had we got back from the hotel at from after the game. We got back to the hotel at probably like 3 or 4 in the morning.
Later, like 4:30.
And we're sitting there. We get in the lobby, and in the lobby there's a guy disgruntled with a huge bag of delivery food, and he's like calling, and he's asking the front desk person, and he's like I'm trying to bring this up to some guy named Liam, and we're like, all right, we'll take care of it. So we went up to Liam's room, we got a key card, we dropped it off, we tried to wake him up. The next morning we went back, all the food, nothing had been touched. And, it was a good night in New Orleans.
It was wonderful. And the morning after was incredible, talking to Joe and to Coach O, asking him just like probably the same 4 questions over and over again.
Pretty much.
There was one point where I asked Joe Burrow a question, but I'd never really had a question.
No, you just kept on
I was
rambling.
just like, you guys kick ass.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool watching it. And so
it was the Michael Scott, like you start a sentence, you don't know if it's going to end or not.
Oh, I knew what I wanted to say to him, and I just wanted to be like, yo, do you know how much ass you kicked? That was the question I wanted to ask.
Yes.
Some pretty hard-hitting stuff. But, we just kind of lost our train of thought a few times. But one of the greatest mornings, one of the greatest weeks that we've had.
And we're also going to throw in our interview with Jay Cutler, which was a great one as well. So we did that in New Orleans as well. So it was a great little trip with Coach O, Joe Burrow, Jay Cutler. All 3 interviews, best of those coming up. Before we do that, though, a quick word from our friends at Audible. So Audible, we have partnered with Audible, and Audible is the #1 place people go for audiobooks and all kinds of spoken word entertainment. They've added thousands of podcasts. We're on there. Pardon My Take is on there, so you can listen to us through Audible. Audible is the best. You can find and follow Pardon My Take on Audible, along with hundreds of thousands of other podcasts, all in the Audible app and all free. No membership, no credit card needed, nothing like that. It makes sense. For over 25 years, Audible has been the leading provider of audiobooks and all kinds of spoken word entertainment, and podcasts are a big part of what people are listening to for information, inspiration, and entertainment. Now, you can find them all in one place, so go get Pardon My Take along with other popular shows by searching for the shows in Audible app. While you're there, browse around, and maybe you'll also find some new favorites. Go to audible.com/pods or text pods to 500-500 to download the Audible app and follow us there. Audible is a leading creator and provider of premium audio storytelling, from bestsellers and new releases to exclusive Audible originals, and podcasts include exclusive series. While you're listening to Pardon My Take on Audible, become a book guy. It still counts if you listen to the book. So new year, new you. Audible, check it out. Download it right now, or text 500-500.
I'm going to say that even listening to a podcast counts as reading. You've read a book if you do that.
Yes. It's absolutely reading a book. So go check them out. Audible, text 500-500, download the Audible app, and follow us there. Okay, here it is. Joe Burrow, Coach O, and Jay Cutler. All right. We're in New Orleans in the Marriott. We have the Heisman Trophy winner, the national champion winner, Joe Burrow, Big Dick Joe. That hat was awesome, by the way. You said you just woke up 10 minutes ago. We're in the same clothes that we wore last night.
He slept through the Golic Wingo interview, or whatever it was.
Whoops.
Kind of on purpose, because they were banging on my door at 8:30 in the morning, so I didn't really want to get up.
It is funny that they make you do interviews now. Like you have no obligations.
Like I would be on camera, and I would look like crap because I would have literally zero sleep.
Yeah,
and I would be going on camera with these people,
right,
and look like a fool.
Well, now you're with us, and we're the exact same as you.
The podcast,
right? I mean, we're the exact same.
Trust me, we are drunker than you are.
Yes.
Right now.
I can't see my beady little eyes right now.
Yeah. So, dude, you won the national title.
Yes, we did.
That was crazy.
Pretty cool.
Were you ever at any point in the game worried? Because you guys did go down.
Yeah, honestly, never.
Not even no rah-rah speech?
No rah-rah speech. Like when we were down 17-7, we didn't even say anything on the sideline. Like,
really?
We knew what we had to do.
I mean, that seems like you probably should talk about the plays.
I mean, we really didn't. We didn't say anything to each other. We just went out there and started playing football. Like we knew what we had to do.
It was like the second or third play of the game where you rolled out.
First play of the game.
First play of the game. You were flushed out of the pocket, and you rolled out to your right, hit a receiver downfield. They called it back. At that point, I was so mad because it was an awesome play,
Yes, it was.
I don't care if there's a penalty on it. The play was so awesome that they should have let it stand.
Yes.
Yeah,
Let us remember that play.
That was a tough one. First play of the game, and it -3 instead of +45.
Yeah.
So that was a tough one.
Well, you also have like a thing going right now, and I'm sure you've recognized it. Maybe you haven't, but like you just can do whatever you want, and it ends up being a good play.
Yeah,
Like that thing that you did against Oklahoma when you were just running and you just threw the ball like just up. You probably won't be able to do that in the NFL as much.
Yeah,
but
probably
right
not.
now, you might as well just
Probably
fucking
not.
milk it for all it's worth. Like I can just
But,
throw it up and let my guys get it.
We'll be talking in meetings about like protections and getting the blitzes picked up, and I'm really good at that. But I also say if I don't get it picked up, they still have to tackle me back there.
Yes.
And they can't do that.
Yes,
So.
hell yes.
Was there a rah-rah speech that Coach O gave at halftime?
No, not really. I mean, we just went and sat in there, went about our business, drank our water, said these guys can't mess with us, and went back out and played football.
These guys can't mess with us. I actually was more nervous for you guys at the second half when the second half starts, and I was like, if LSU scores 7 here, it's game over. But Clemson scores, so it's a 3-point game. They get the 2-point conversion. No nerves then.
No.
Like, hey, if they mess with us, if they on the same field, they just can't touch us.
I mean, yeah, we were playing with so much confidence right there. I really don't think anybody ever could have stopped us. I mean, we were just rolling. We had. I mean, I could just I could throw the ball with my eyes closed. My receivers were going to go catch it. That's how we felt, and I mean, we were just playing with so much confidence.
You guys are the definition of a goddamn machine. LSU's offense
Maybe
has
best
been
team of all time.
LSU's
People are
offense
talking about that.
has been a machine this entire year, just steamrolling everybody. So it makes sense that you would be confident even after like a slow start the first couple drives, that you're able to put together if you just do what you did all year leading up to this point. So right now,
Is this question?
what?
I got
What?
lost in your question.
What?
I'm so fucked up.
I think we all are.
Question just kept on going.
No, I was just talking.
I don't think
It wasn't a question. I was just speaking.
I got lost in it.
Oh, here's a good question.
If you guys, if everyone could see all of our faces right now,
No,
they would
we're
be.
so swollen. We look like a bunch of whales that have just been snorting salt all
I
night.
died inside of your question. It was like, where are we?
We gotta roll, man. I don't want
do
the
it.
guys to be late. Here we go. Here we go, man.
We'll be in touch, dude. We'll be in
Here we go,
touch.
babe.
All right, here we go. Ready, Hank? All right, we now welcome on the man, the myth, the legend. It is our good friend, Coach Ed Orgeron, national champion. Are you the king of Louisiana now?
I think Joe Burrow is. I think you just talked to the king of Louisiana, my
Okay,
friend.
so no, he's the prince. You're the king. Like, do you get? I'm pretty sure you are the king of the state of Louisiana.
Well, it's been great. It's been great to be in Louisiana. I just love this state.
Yeah, I think it's state law that you cannot legally purchase a beer for the rest of your life. I think you're going to be paid for and taken care of from now on. Actually, you know what's going to be interesting is like 18 years from now, you're going to see a lot of college recruits coming into NCAA football, that are named Ed. Ed has been a name that has kind of dropped off.
Yes.
But I think you're going to see some
back.
LSU babies 18 years from now.
It's big. Ed is back. Are you? I mean, this is insane. Have you had a second to be like, this is? If they wrote this script about you, they wouldn't make the movie because it would be like, no, he can't actually go to LSU and win. Like, that's too not believable. Have you had a moment to be like, holy shit, this actually happened?
Very thankful. Very thankful. They couldn't wrote a better script. But you know what? You have to be in a place like LSU to do what we're doing, to attract the great athletes, to attract the great coaches. It's the expectation of the school.
Yeah.
Have you had a chance to sleep yet?
You know what? I slept about 3 hours last night.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Got a little shut eye. There you go. Did you put a worm in your mouth before?
No worm, man. No worm. I don't have to do that with this team. They motivated. It's crazy. I mean, it's like a well-oiled machine.
That was what Joe was saying when we were just talking to him. He said there was no rah-rah speech at halftime. There was no talking about it. It was like, we're better than them. We just got to go play our game.
Execute. And, we got to believe in our players, our coaches, and our fundamentals.
Unbelievable.
Did you set your jaw last night?
I sat my jaw several times.
Oh.
Yeah.
I said it at halftime also, and it's probably the biggest one that I did. And I sent a message.
For people who don't understand what we're talking about, Coach O punches himself.
Well,
before the
it's
game.
kind of just a little.
Yeah.
Just to get things-
That was literally just punching yourself.
Just to get things going just a little bit.
Like
just
that.
to remind you.
I could knock myself.
Do you ever
out
get
right now.
Do you ever get worried that you're going to knock yourself out?
No.
Because you're so strong that you can beat yourself up.
I kind of pull away at the end right there. But here's the deal. You know how you get in a fight, you got a big plan and everything, and all of a sudden the first punch,
Yeah.
all bets off, man.
Yeah.
You get hit.
Then you kick in another gear.
Yes.
And that's what I want our guys to kick in another gear mentally.
Yeah, because the way the game started, down early, the field position was a struggle. It was you guys just unflappable. It was crazy. No
Didn't
panic, nothing.
When you got a quarterback like Joe, you believe, and you got players like we got, and the coaches. When your offense will score some points, we just have to figure them out.
Can we get Joe to get like a master's degree or something? He can stay.
I'm all for it. I'm all for it, my man.
Get a doctorate, yeah.
Did you cry after?
What's that?
Did you cry after the game?
No, I didn't. No, I was good.
A little bit?
No, not at all. It hadn't hit yet. It's going to be emotional. I do believe when we get back to town in Baton Rouge, see Tiger Stadium.
Yes.
Now, we always want to come back there 15-0. This means a lot when I see that stadium.
People are saying maybe one of the best, if not the best, champions ever. You guys beat 5 of the top 8 teams at the end of the polls.
I think we're in the conversation.
Incredible.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. Can I be honest? You look very put together right now, considering what time it is the day after winning a national title.
Yeah.
You obviously got up early, took care of yourself. We literally rolled out of bed.
Sorry, Coach.
We partied harder than you
feel
did.
bad,
last night.
Coach. I feel bad.
I'm getting old. I don't do that
No,
stuff
I feel
more.
bad. I feel bad, Coach. We when we had Joe on, he told us this was right after the Heisman. Ray Baker. We got to talk about Ray Baker.
Ray Baker, man.
Ray Baker, great.
Good friend of yours.
Ray Baker. He got to be our friend. You got to spend time with him. If you don't spend time with him, he'll bake your ass.
So Joe actually told us, I think this was off the air after we're done recording our podcast, but he said that one of the first times he met with you, you asked him, what do you think about Ray Baker? And Joe was like, he's a good player. He was kind of bullshitting his way through it. And then you walked out of the room, and then he looked to his buddy. He was like, who's Ray Baker? And he's like, oh, that's what Coach O calls the sun.
That big yellow ball in the sky, man. Those rays in the sky will bake your ass.
Yes, they will. Yeah. Oh, man. All right, well, I know you got to get going. We appreciate it anytime. Can we just do Go Tigers like 20 times in a row?
You got it, man.
I mean, every time I love. Do you get mad? As I get mad when they don't let you say Go Tigers.
That's right.
Do you say it when you're walking in the so if they're interviewing you at halftime and they don't let you have that Go Tigers, do you still say it?
Yes, I still say it.
Yeah.
Every time.
Okay, good. That's good to know because I always get so upset when it's like, wait, you didn't let him say it. Put the mic back in front of him. He needs to be able to say Go Tigers.
All right, we got it.
Yeah.
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
There you go. One last question. Have you figured out what you're going to buy with your millions and millions of dollars that they're going to pay you now? Because you were going to be a rich man.
Negotiate your contract for life. We'll do it.
Well, y'all need to go talk to AD, but I'm sure LSU will take care of me, and it's not about that, to be honest with you. I'm going to put it away for my children.
Good answer. We'll get it. We'll get you contract for life. You want contract for life?
You guys are
You want
best.
it? You want it?
Coach for life.
We'll get it.
I would
Coach
love it.
for life.
You got it.
Coach forever. That will be the name. That will be the head coach forever. We'll be on in front of your door. All right, Coach O. Congrats again. Unbelievable. So happy for you.
Thank you for your friendship. You guys are phenomenal. Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
And now for something completely different.
Okay, we now welcome on very special guest, old friend of mine, owner of 14 Chicago Bear records, which you didn't know until I just told you. It is Jay Cutler. Mr. Primetime, Mr. Fourth Quarter. What other nicknames do you have? Smokin' Jay. Anything else?
I think that's it.
The sometimes confused for the bodybuilder.
Yeah.
My son actually just found him on the internet and thinks it's the wildest thing he's ever seen in his entire life.
So if you don't know what we're talking about, do a Google image search for Jay Cutler, and you will be shocked what comes up first. I want to jump in real quick because Big Cat, when he introed you, he dropped the F word, the friend word.
Oh, yeah.
Was that over the line, or are you guys friends?
No, we're friends.
Yeah, we're friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're back together.
Yeah, we're back.
There was a moment where we weren't together, and now we're back.
We just needed, sometimes you need some space.
Right. 4 years.
Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah, exactly. Although we texted here and there. Usually I would text Jay, and then Jay does a really good good job of making you feel really insecure by not texting you back until like a week later. Like even this, when we're coming to New Orleans, I texted him. I was like, "Hey, we're coming to New Orleans. It'd be awesome if you got you on the pod." And then he talked to our friend Steven and was like, "Yeah, Big Cat texted me. I'm going to give that a few days."
That's a power move,
to text
though.
me back, and then texted me like it was like total mid conversation. He's like, "Cool, we should hang out."
Yeah, I like,
Like
that.
5 days later.
Establishes dominance.
Yeah. All right. So
I felt good about it.
yeah, where do you want to start?
Wherever
Retirement? You feeling good? Are you officially retired?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, yes.
What?
So tomorrow,
Well, I said that because I don't know if you like ever like. There's no retirement papers, you know. Like you just don't have a job anymore.
I'm pretty sure there are retirement papers,
No.
aren't there?
If you're under contract, I think you have to fill something out. But if you don't have a contract or if you're not on a team, it's
over.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people will be interested to know like how this bromance began because
Yeah.
honestly I don't really know like what the start of it was. How did you guys meet each other?
Well, Jay's was always a longtime Stoolian fan of Barstool,
Yeah.
and I actually no joke, owe a lot to Jay because back in the day when we were starting Barstool Chicago, we had no money as a company, and I remember I said to Dave, we got to make this shirt.
Yeah.
We got to put the Chicago flag with the stools. It will sell like hotcakes. And he's like, I don't know. It was back when shipping shirts took a month.
Yeah.
So I went and had 3 of them handmade and got them to Jay. And Jay wore it at a press conference. And that was our first big moment for Barstool Chicago.
Yeah, I remember whenever Barstool was kind of up and rolling, and back then it was more just the written stuff with a picture, a video, and stuff. And you really got to I feel like you really got to feel whoever was writing, their writing style and stuff. And we would always see even some of the guys when the Big Cat started doing it, this dude's funny, he gets it. And then I don't know how we found you.
Yeah, I can't remember what the exact connection. I remember I met Chewy in the halftime of a Bears game and gave him the shirts.
Yeah.
And then we started hanging out from there.
I know, but how did we first track you down?
I can't remember exactly. Oh, that's a good question. Fuck.
Do you guys remember? Yeah. Oh, you do?
Who?
There was the guy before you.
Oh, yeah, Neil. Yeah.
Jordan guy.
Yeah.
And we brought him to your charity event.
That's right, the charity event.
Reach out to him.
Yes.
And he got canned, and I think me and you started messaging.
Yes, because we would do your charity event every year, and then that started, and it was huge because it's the starting quarterback for the Chicago Bears is wearing our shirt and a fan of ours. And was it Greg Olson who got you into Barstool? Because he claims that
it could be.
Yeah,
I think we found it. I'll give him credit. We might have found it at kind of similar times,
but it was you and Greg, and I'm trying to think. There was maybe a couple other, but Ryan Whitney, there's basically 3 or 4 guys in the early days who were pro athletes who were these guys are funny.
Yeah.
And it was so fucking huge.
Yeah, I mean, you guys took it and just skyrocketed.
Yeah.
And then Big Cat made a lot of money selling the Cutler shirts and the Marlboro cigarette design.
The Marlboro
Did he ever give you a
one?
taste? Did he give you
That one
any
got
of that
cease
money?
and desisted. That one got taken down. The Marlboro one. That was a great shirt.
I have one.
Yeah, you have one. Yeah. I'll give you some more. I actually
good.
think we did a limited we had the Dicka shirt that he wore at a press conference.
That was a good one.
Yeah, we were, and then we became friends, and we would hang out, every probably once a month, and then I said I would take Andy Dalton over him. I had the flu. I was doing. This was back when I had to really grind. I remember I was.
You're playing hurt, yeah.
It was Ben Finfer was hosting 8 to 9 p.m. on ESPN 1000, and they're like, "Hey, can you come in and?"
So you're blaming?
No.
fatigued?
He was like, "Can you do this?" And I was like, "It was a point in my career where it's you don't say no to anything. Tell me where, I'll be there. I'm doing it."
Yeah.
I was I was so sick. I pounded 2 Red Bulls and 2 Dayquils.
I mean, look at you now. You just wear jumpsuits and you call the shots.
I got it made. And some caller called in and was like, "Would you take Dalton or Cutler?" And Andy was 5 years younger, and I was like, given everything, I'd probably take Dalton right now. Went home, went to sleep, slept till noon because I was so sick, woke up, and there was a bunch of text messages being like, "Hey, Big Cat, way to go, dude. You're just going to take Dalton over Cutler." Jay never said it. Jay, to his credit, he never was like, "Fuck you, dude." It was the rest of his crew that are loyal, and they're like, what's your problem? And that was kind of it. For a while.
Yeah, we'll take a break.
Yeah, Yeah, we went through a break and now we're back. But it was always like, I mean, it was, you know, it actually taught me a important lesson too, because it was tough, I think, for you too. Like, we were legitimate friends, but I also had to talk about the Bears, and when the Bears went through bad times, it was like, I can't.
And there were some dark times,
right? And I had to, and people always said I didn't criticize you at all, and I still had to at times, and it was like, it was a tough relationship to have at like some dark times. So I think
Romeo and Juliet story.
We're
two
back.
star-crossed lovers.
We're back. We always had a good time together.
Yeah, that's nice. I like
did.
that. That's really romantic.
Yeah, it's good
guys.
to be back. It's good to be back.
It feels good.
I'll probably be out in like 2 years again, but that's fine.
I mean,
it goes in cycles.
At this rate,
Any
probably
good
2
relationship
weeks.
does, though. You're hot and you're cold.
Yeah, right.
You have to enjoy the ups when they're up.
You're right.
Did you like the smoking Jay Cutler stuff?
I
cigarette photo?
I didn't mind it. We never. I don't think we ever really told anyone to stop doing it. People have sold stuff, and there's things everywhere, and we never really went after anybody.
And you leaned into it with the picture that I took at your 30th birthday party, where he was dressed up like it was an 80s themed party, right? And that was like, he leaned into it by posting. He posted a picture of him fake smoking a cigarette.
Yeah,
and like the internet went wild for it. It was a funny meme. I mean, your face is perfect for people. There are a lot of people who think you actually do like smoke 2 packs a day.
I know.
Have you ever smoked?
No. I don't smoke at all.
Really?
No.
I photoshopped a cigarette into your ass in the naked picture that got put online. It's very funny.
Why'd you do that?
Because I got to caption it Jay Butler, and everyone thought that was funny.
That's pretty good.
People laughed at that?
You gotta admit,
some
that's
people
pretty
did.
fucking good.
I don't think
No, Jay
Okay,
Butler.
you write
It's
a new caption
butt.
for your ass.
That's not my thing, though. But I don't.
See, I'm better at writing captions for your own ass than you are.
That's not an athletic event.
That's probably true.
Yeah, you don't know. The Olympics are hurting for events.
Are
they
they?
might add that, like,
Yeah, it'd be like
captions.
us
What
versus
captions?
They do.
Fuck Jerry.
I do want to get a team together for the Olympics. They have I think it's handball, but it's basically like a little ball that you throw around and then throw into a goal. So it's like soccer, indoor soccer with a ball that you throw.
Oh, you should play that.
You'd be a very good handball player.
That would be so sick if you started. If you like,
There's
had
a
second
U.S.
career as an
team, but
Olympian.
like I want to go and do that.
Yes, you should.
Just throwing missiles.
I think if it was you, Patrick Mahomes, and LeBron, just how many players play in handball? Like 8 on a single time. So if it was
Makes
you
sense.
3 against 8 players from any other country, I think we win.
I guarantee we can put a team together that can win gold.
Yes,
Guaranteed.
I would absolutely agree with that. Yeah, just from pure like arm speed. I don't think guys in other countries
and
are
just a
throwing
really
like
big
that.
guy as a goalie back
Right.
there. If you watch it, I've studied this from time to time.
It sounds like you're ready to go.
If you watch it, usually all these teams like have an old guy that plays goalie. That's just like he literally, if someone's coming, he just guesses and just throws his hand up.
Yeah.
Sometimes hits the ball, sometimes doesn't.
All right, so you're in for that. Okay, we're doing chronological, so let's go to the Super Bowl. Super Bowl, also something that feels like a million years ago in Miami. Miami, yeah. Fuck.
It was Miami. It was like the week before the Penn deal got announced.
It was right before the pandemic got announced.
Right before we sold out.
Right before the pandemic got
Wuhan.
announced, yeah. Yeah, so
people were eating bats across the world without even a second thought.
we were just
More
happy-go-lucky,
simpler,
regular
innocent time.
people. Yep. So we have George Kittle, who played in the Super Bowl, David Baker, the man, the myth, the legend from the Hall of Fame, and Baker Mayfield. Ooh, that's kind of funny, huh? David Baker
couple
Mayfield.
Bakers. I like that.
David Baker Mayfield. Anything? So yeah, we're not going to the Super Bowl this year, right?
I don't think so. Well, unless if the Bears go to the Super Bowl,
or the Bills, or the
or the
Washington
Bills,
football
or the
team.
Washington football team, then we're probably going to go.
But it's gonna be weird. It's gonna be weird not going to a Super Bowl.
It's going to be strange,
But
but
it's also probably for the best.
dude, that's going to be an awesome week of relative rest and relaxation compared to what we normally do that week.
That's true. That is true. All right. So what we normally do that week is a ton of interviews. So here it is: George Kittle, David Baker, Mayfield. Look at that combo. My biggest question to you is: who is under more pressure, you or your dad? Because your dad sends you a letter before every game.
Yes.
Kind of a try-hard move.
Yeah.
This is the most important letter of his life. Like, what? How do you send a Super Bowl letter? What do you write in a Super Bowl letter?
That's his Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It is.
What, has he already started it?
Oh, yeah.
What are you expecting in this letter?
All right, so put in perspective, on like a normal game day letter is that's like 3 to 5 pages.
That's
right?
so long. That's
No,
so
I mean, but
long.
like
With
there's
pictures?
pictures.
Double font?
No, it's a big, it's a big font. He throws a lot of pictures in there.
It's pop-up. It's a
Yeah,
pop-up.
he folds it
Okay.
open and pops it
Okay.
up. NFC Championship game was 10 pages.
Oh my God.
It was like a full 10.
It's like Dickens.
Dude,
Yeah.
it was thick. And so now it's the Super Bowl. I'm expecting like 15 pages minimum.
And what time is he going to give it to you?
I get it the night before the game.
All right, because I was going to say I would definitely fall asleep halfway through and then
I don't read it until I get to the stadium though.
Oh,
Yeah.
So are you prepping that? Are you telling everyone like, hey, Coach, I'm going to need a little extra prep time because Dad's going to give me like Moby Dick before this game?
I might get on the early bus.
Yeah,
I might.
right.
Yeah, I got to give myself an extra 30 minutes.
It would almost make it would be more powerful if he just wrote you like one line for this game. Just said like, don't screw this up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're always no.
Throw him
you're
out-
always
throw
a
him out the club.
No, like you're always
he-
a champion in my eyes.
Yeah, if you lose, you're out of the family.
Oh, I don't know if you go that route. I like the other one you said though.
Just don't screw this up.
Yeah.
No, after.
I'll throw him out of the club.
Yeah, throw him out of the club.
Wait.
got that one.
So what are you expecting in this? Like, is he going to make you cry?
Yeah.
Is that his goal? Like,
No.
I would assume that it wouldn't be good for you to cry before the Super Bowl.
It's like one of those checklists I have before I go on the field. And I do this like it's part of my routine. And I don't know. The letters just they consist of whether it's family memories or movies that we used to watch as a kid when I was growing up.
Oh, he's going to make you cry.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna kill me.
He's going to make you cry.
He pulled a quote from Hidalgo, which was a movie. Do you remember the Viggo Mortensen movie
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the horse racing? He like pulled a quote from that. I was like, dude, come on, man. Like that. I watched that when I was like 10.
You're gonna make me cry. So what else is on your checklist before a game? You read the letter from your dad.
Yep.
What do you do to mentally and physically? Like, do you have anything else weird that you do?
If you honestly want to know, so as soon as we come back in from warm-ups, I go puke.
Really?
100%.
Before every game?
Every game.
That probably makes you feel a little bit better.
It does make me feel better. I always think I'm like, all right, I'm a step faster now. Like,
Yes.
that's my positive mindset. And then as soon as we're walking out, I put my helmet on and I headbutt a wall almost as hard as I can.
It's good. You have that in the right order.
Well,
you
no,
put
so
the helmet on
yeah,
first.
Helmet, yeah. But so I learned that the first hit is always like hurts the most. Mm-hmm. So get it out of the way.
Yeah.
And then there's no first hit.
Yeah,
Yes.
I always felt
That's
that
smart.
way.
Yeah, that's smart.
Playing
Right?
any sort of contact sport, all the like fear and apprehension you have kind of goes out the window the first time you get hit because your mind doesn't have time to worry about other
Yeah.
stuff.
You
It's
just get out of the way.
Exactly.
Well,
locked in.
just a heads up,
Oh, dear.
you've never played in the Super Bowl. Neither have we, but we've watched all of them. It goes really fast. People
Does it?
say the speed is crazy in the Super Bowl. So be ready for the speed.
Have you
Okay,
played?
don't blink.
Have you played in the Super Bowl in Madden?
Oh, dear. Not since probably like 2008.
Maybe
It's
that's
been a
what
while.
you do.
Rust.
Maybe you get like a PlayStation in your hotel room and simulate sit down and play a few games just so you get used to that game speed.
The game speed and like the fans and all that, the
Yeah.
loudness of the stadium.
Yeah.
It's
So-
going to be different.
Picture it.
I
Okay.
just heard you say
Visualization.
you just dropped an oh dear, and you kind of
no.
slipped into the Todd and Gordo. You said,
Oh,
I
no.
know you're a big fan. You think that you're Canadian sometimes. We've heard that from some of your teammates. I think there was an article in The Ringer that said sometimes he actually does believe that he's Canadian.
Yes.
Yeah.
So as Todd and Gordo, in your presence, I'd like to maybe perhaps trade off our services. We have an idea of maybe something we could do to help you.
Oh.
And then I don't know if Big Cat wants to explain that. Then I have a request from you.
Yeah, we're going to, so much like your dad writes you an entire book before every single game, you as a fan of Todd and Gordo, we haven't done Todd and Gordo in 2.5 years.
Yeah, I've been pretty disappointed.
It's
not gonna lie.
and I told you this probably 3 weeks ago. I was like, if you get to the Super Bowl, we will make a Todd and Gordo hype video.
Why do you think I was playing so hard?
Yeah. So wait. So should we not release it till after the Super Bowl?
Phase two. No, release the second one.
Okay. All right.
So release the second one.
Outcuts
Yeah.
after the Super Bowl.
Ooh, outcuts.
Hype video before the Super Bowl. We're going to make a special edition Todd and Gordo 1 minute Instagram hype video that you're going to release on your Instagram.
Oh, I'm in.
On Friday or Saturday.
I'm in.
And it's going to get everyone pumped up.
It's easy.
Okay.
So as our payment for that, what's your bonus if you win the Super Bowl?
I don't.
There's no chance that
I don't-
Greg actually even you probably don't even have access to your own bank account.
Whoa. Partial.
Yeah, I was gonna
No,
say.
no, yeah, no, I do that stuff.
So I was going to say we either get 50%, no big deal, just maybe 50 to 60%
Whatever it
of
is.
your Super Bowl bonus.
Okay.
Or if you win Super Bowl MVP, you get a Todd and Gordo tattoo.
Oh. Do you have?
If we inspire you
Yeah,
to,
I like tattoos.
Okay. Yeah. So then that's no problem.
No. I like the Can we just do both?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Perfect.
You drive a hard bargain.
Yeah, you really are a negotiator. Wait,
do you negotiate your contracts like Richard Sherman?
No.
Okay.
I'll pay someone to do that.
That's probably for the best.
What about the reset button that you have on your arm? Is that
the Joker?
Yeah. No. Isn't what was the article said that
in that same article you have a reset button that you hit, and it is the Joker.
It is the Joker. You hit that.
So I used to have a wrist tape on, and I'd put a big red button on it in college, so I'd slap it. I'm a visualized guy.
Yeah. So you don't do that anymore. You don't have you just do the Joker.
Boom.
Reset yourself. Yeah. I just want to really quickly go back to how the actual selection goes down because I think it's fascinating. So you guys are all in a room. It's 50 people, right?
48 elite selectors,
and you have people come up, make the case. So you whittle it down from a pool of how many to.
Generally, every year, this is a different because it's the centennial year, and we're having 20 for 2020. But most years it'll be 18 finalists.
Okay.
Generally that's a senior and contributors that make up 3, and then it is players and coaches who make up the other 15 finalists.
Right.
And the seniors and coaches, kind of go out on their own, and then when we get to that 15, you go from 15 to 10. And then you kind of whittle it down to 5.
And now, what is that room like? Are people arguing? Is it the greatest sports debate of all time? Like
Peter King complaining about the coffee?
Yeah, it seems like a fascinating place to be in.
Well, listen, we've learned a long time ago the way to get elite media there is food.
Yes.
Okay. So
Diet Coke.
We got cookies for you guys here today.
Appreciate that. I noticed it.
But no, I think it's one of those things. PFT where Peter King told me that he does 120 interviews all year round just to prepare for that one day. And we've got guys like John Clayton and Sal Palantonio and Jarrett Bell from USA Today. And these guys take it. I wish fans could see how seriously they take it. And most of them say that it's the most important day of their year.
Well, knowing how much NFL fans love the NFL, I think we should probably put it in like the middle of April and make it a TV show.
Well, listen,
I'd watch it.
It's like the New York Times endorsement where they had the whole editorial board sit down, they put it out. That would make a very
I'll watch the whole day.
Well, I'll tell you, there's things that we're looking at in the future that might be a little bit different.
Right.
But I will tell you, these guys, I didn't get this job just because I'm smart and good looking. I got it because I'm 400 pounds and you need a big guy to run this meeting.
No one's going to give you any back talk.
You literally have the best knock of all time. I think that was really just the resume, right?
Well,
they just took a piece of wood and they're like, "Here, knock on this."
Actually, do you mind knocking on this table right now?
Absolutely.
Oh my God! Yeah, that's a Hall of Fame knock.
Yeah, that's why you got the job. Okay, yeah.
But let me tell you, we've got to be done by a certain time because we announce our guys live to the world, really in the middle, the kind of the high point of the honor show,
right?
And so we got to move, but it'll take many times that I've been here, it's taken 10, 12 hours for the Blue Ribbon Committee that selected this centennial class. They met together for about 21 hours.
Wow!
And guys are passionate about it. And one of the things I'd love I can't share what goes on in that room or what's said, but I can tell you that good stuff, bad stuff.
Right.
The guys really get into it.
You have to have an honest conversation.
And that's why it's confidential.
Yeah,
so that guys can share stuff and bounce it off. But I do think when you make it into the Hall of Fame, you have gone under an incredible level of scrutiny by a whole lot of people who are experts at doing it.
Yes.
What's interesting is that, you've got the centennial people that are getting in right now. You expanded the class a little bit. I think as the years move forward, you're going to run into a lot of log jams along the way because of how the game has grown in the media. It's expanded so much that people are way more familiar with players that played in the early 2000s, late 2000s up to the modern day than they were even with guys that played in the mid 90s. Those guys are since TV rights weren't ubiquitous, they weren't everywhere. You couldn't watch them on every single bar. Those guys are in danger of kind of falling by the wayside, even though they had great careers. Is there something that you guys have planned going forward where you make sure that there are some spots in perpetuity for the older players?
PFT, that's really what the Centennial class was about. This year we have 10 seniors in that class. And you may not know Max Speedy or Bobby Dillon or Duke Slater. But Duke Slater was an African American who played for 10 years in the NFL from 1920 to 1930. Now, let me tell you, you better be a good player at that time, to play in the NFL during that time. A great player. And so we have our senior committee, and our senior committee meets all by itself a lot of time, and it's to find guys who may have fallen between the cracks.
Right.
And then we have our contributors committee, because the league isn't just those guys who are on the field. It's those guys who were owners who paid for payroll out of their kids' college fund because they had to make it. Or those general managers who put these teams together, or a great guy like Steve Sable. I mean, you guys are a little young.
No, he was a big part of the reason why we got in the game.
I'll tell you, I fell in love with this because of Steve Sable. It wasn't just the score. All of a sudden, it was the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field and that clot of grass coming out of your face mask and a horrible uniform. To me, that showed you the determination and the courage.
Absolutely.
And the character of things. And then we're looking at a special category just for coaches, because sometimes, for a lot of modern era guys, and one of the things the Hall of Fame does that's pretty cool is you got to wait 5 years after you retire to be considered. So if Tom Brady or Drew Brees, was to retire now, or Eli Manning retired just the other day. There's 5 years from now before he's eligible for the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And I think that's a pretty smart move, because it gives perspective. It allows time for history to settle and to go into it. But it's a very difficult process. It is, with so many media outlets like yourself, with the cell phone and Brett Favre on the internet, it is, there's an opinion everywhere. Right. And it's extremely controversial. But what I would say is it should be hard to make it into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not the Hall of very, very good.
I love that.
It's the Hall of Fame.
People forget that.
I love it.
I want to be your position. I want to be the president of the Hall of Very Good. What steps do you recommend I take to achieve that dream?
You know what, PFT, I'll tell you, you, to me, and I've only known you here for maybe, 20 minutes.
Right.
But I would tell you excel at mediocrity.
Whoa.
Yes, that's nice. That is the nicest compliment I've ever gotten in my life.
Not everyone can do that.
I got butterflies in my stomach.
You're on your way, buddy. You're on your way.
Can we talk about you for a second?
I'm going to knock on my own door. Congratulations, PFT. Thank you, PFT.
You didn't play football because you were, quote, literally too big to play football.
Yeah.
What does that mean? You were a great basketball player. You played in college. You played in pros.
Where I
Switzerland.
grew up, they weighed you to play football as a kid.
Okay.
And when I was 8 or 10 years old, I was about PFT side. and
6'1",
8-year-old,
and they would have put me in with with 15-year-olds.
Right.
But we kind of corrected this in the next generation with both my kids.
Right.
Sam played in the NFL and was a 3-time All-American ASC, and Ben played both in high school and some at Duke, but I've always loved football the most.
Yeah, I love that about you. Yeah.
Basketball got me to college.
Right.
And for me, it's important because we all come from someplace.
Yeah.
For me, my mom and dad couldn't read or write. And if it wasn't for sports, I wouldn't have gone to college, I wouldn't have gone to law school, had the opportunity to play around the world, and I certainly wouldn't be sitting with guys like you here.
Which is probably a downgrade, yep.
And we're sitting in a pretty special place.
I love that story, though, because you are, the guy who's basically in charge of the history of the game. You're the president and CEO of the Hall of Fame. And you love football, from everything I've read, more than pretty much anyone who's ever walked this earth. Wow. And you didn't play, but that almost is like poetic and perfect because that's how much you love it.
Kat, that's kind, and I appreciate it. I do love it. And again, what I love about sports, and this may be a serious topic for you guys, but what I'll tell you, what I care about it is there are so many lessons you can learn from sports. My guys in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, in terms of race, they were way ahead of the curve. Mm-hmm. And they care about each other, and they love each other. We just lost Chris Dolan last night, and you should see my phone with blowing up from the Hall of Famers. And there's something about that huddle, when I was cheering for my son at USC and we'd go to Notre Dame, we'd take 15,000 Trojans with us. But let me tell you, you go to Lambeau Field and you're in Atlanta Falcons, you're lucky if there's 50 Falcon fans in there.
Right.
But you get into that huddle, And that huddle, when you get in the huddle, nobody says, hey, you Republican or a Democrat?
Right.
Hey, before we do this, what's your position on social change?
Right.
Frankly, the only thing that matters is me trusting you trusting me, the color of our uniform, not the color of our skin.
Yeah.
And that is just one thin sliver of this.
Right.
And what I love about this, and again, I'm probably getting way too serious for you guys.
No, we love it.
But what I love about this and the job I get to do is, I got the greatest job in the world because I'm hanging with some of the best football players in the world. But I've learned that they're pretty good people, too.
Mm-hmm.
And the game isn't just for those guys who have a bronze bust or those guys who got paid for it, like my son. The game is for guys who become firemen and soldiers and police officers and fathers. And I believe these principles and a whole lot of dedicated coaches who taught him. My son, who played in the NFL, is now coaching high school. And he doesn't need to. He made a lot of money standing on the shoulders of these other guys, and he'd be the first one to say it. But what he wants to do, he wants to have an impact in the lives of some kids the way other coaches had an impact on him.
Mm-hmm.
And respectfully, when your life is, screwed up, and every one of us are at some point, okay, when your life is screwed up, you don't go back to your chemistry teacher, your calculus teacher, for life advice. But I'll tell you, almost all of us go back to that coach.
Yeah.
And I really believe, Big Cat, that it's because that coach teaches you how to keep going when you don't think you can, or how to get up when you can't. So I love this because it's great football, and man, I love football. But I don't love it as much as John Madden does.
Yeah.
Or some of the other guys that I've been with. I mean, I'll tell you, Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick was on our Blue Ribbon Committee, okay? And he said it was one of the best days of his career. This guy with 8 rings, talking about, being at the Hall of Fame on that day, making history by selecting the Centennial class. These guys love the game.
Right.
And to me, it's a fun game to be with your friends, to scream and yell, to cheer for your team, to drink a beer. But there's so many wonderful lessons in it, and it's done a lot for me. Sports has done a lot for me. It's done a lot for my 2 boys,
right?
And I hope that I and we can give back to it.
And now for something completely different.
I noticed that you're going on Get Up tomorrow morning. So
it's a good cast tomorrow morning. Yeah, a lot of people that really like me.
Yeah, so especially Rex Ryan.
Yeah,
on Get Up tomorrow.
You think he's going to wear orange and brown?
He probably will, to try to diffuse the situation a little bit, but don't fall for that.
Nope.
No.
Don't fall for it. Can I give you some things that you can use?
I would love to hear
you're
that.
a quick guy, so I'm sure that you're going to be prepared going into it. If he starts talking about your season, I'd say that you really put your foot in your mouth, but you'd probably enjoy that.
Got him. Boom, roasted.
I don't think you can come back from that.
No. If you say that, it's over.
You just walk off. You can just walk off it's an N1 mixtape.
Yeah.
Show's over.
That's a good one. You need more.
That was my best material.
Yeah, I think that's all I need.
The problem that I had was the willingness and commitment to continue talking to people that didn't matter. Mm-hmm. That was my biggest issue. And I know people talked about the chip on your shoulder, and I said it a million times. In the league, they don't care about a chip on your shoulder. No. It's grown men. What did you learn about the dynamics of the NFL that you couldn't translate that kind of MO from college?
It's a humbling experience. It's a different ballgame. I mean, let's just be honest. I put my foot in my mouth a lot this past year.
Yeah, you just tell him you're not even the best coach in your family.
Yeah.
Like Rob is a better coach.
Or,
and he's a better looking guy. He's got better hair.
Yeah.
Absolutely the better hair part.
Yes. You can also do just the casual, hey, Rex, it looks like you lost weight, knowing he didn't. So it's like, what the hell? I'm still really fat.
Yeah.
That's a great one. That always hurts my feelings when people say that to me and I haven't lost weight.
You do look good, though.
Thank you. That hurt my feelings. I'm dealing with a bad picture right now of my right breast that has been going around the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. It's, bad timing. Shadows,
exactly.
Everything, it's a whole
lighting,
scene.
yeah.
Right.
And he did get off a plane 2 days ago. So again, the
bloating.
altitude probably did that.
Right. Okay, moving along in the calendar. Combine, Indy, another thing we'll probably miss this year. sucks.
Yeah. I mean, the Combine, I think they're just going to hold it remotely. This is going to be a great season for lying about your height if you're a player.
Oh, yeah.
You can get away with murder.
Yes. And also just like doing the frozen face if they ask you something like, hey, is your mom a stripper?
Yeah.
And you just like, what? You cut out.
Was it Jeff Ireland? Hey, Des Bryant, your mom's a hooker, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. But yeah, the Combine's going to be really strange this year. I think it's going to be all done on Zoom, but if you were to put money on it, I would put money that the coaches are still going to go to Indy and just get drunk for a week.
Yes,
that's really
absolutely.
what it's about. It's Disney World for scouts.
Yeah, they probably are like tell their wives and kids like you got to get out of the house because I'm just going to treat this like it is. What is it? What are the steak
Prime
houses?
57,
And
St. Elmo's.
St. Elmo's.
He's going to be doing rails of wasabi.
Mm-hmm. So all right, so we have Adam Schefter, which was the assault. It was the first time we'd seen him since the assault, and then we have Mike Vrabel talking to him about the Combine. The playoff run the Titans had, and a lot more. Before we get to that, though, PFT.
Yeah, I do. I want everybody out there, if you can hear my voice, I want you to be safe this holiday season. I want you to get home safe. I want you to be able to drive around without getting in trouble with the law. I want everybody to be happy this holiday season. If you're on break, just remember that law enforcement is out from December 16th, 2020 through January 1st, 2021. They're increasing enforcement on impaired drivers. This is coming to you guys from NHTSA. That's the National Highway Transportation Security Administration. They want you guys to know that you need to drive sober or you're going to get pulled over. Don't want anybody to be out there driving different. If you feel different, you drive different. If you drive high, you get a DUI. It's 2020, turning into 2021. Don't start the new year off on the wrong foot. Need you guys to call a cab, call an Uber, call a Lyft, get a sober driver, or just don't drink if you're going to be behind the wheel, because you could hurt yourself, you could hurt somebody else, and you could also get in trouble with the law, and there will be some consequences to that if you plan on doing things down the line like, I don't know, needing a security clearance for anything, or if you want to travel to Canada. If you feel different, you drive different. If you drive high, you're going to get a DUI. So drive sober or get pulled over. I can't emphasize this enough. We want you guys to be safe. Want everybody to be happy. Want you guys to enjoy yourself if you're partying, but don't get behind the wheel of a car. Do us a favor. Get a sober ride. Do a sober ride. It's 2020, about to be 2021. Don't want anybody starting off the New Year's in a jail cell or worse. So please, drive sober or you're going to get pulled over. And now here's Adam Schefter and Mike Vrabel.
It is our friend Adam Schefter, the Adam Schefter podcast, also an insider at NBA and NFL. Assault.
We're off.
Assault.
I figured we'd start there.
I mean, it's been on my mind. I was actually thinking about this before you got here.
Yeah.
If I could sit down and talk to anyone regarding that situation, I wouldn't talk to Myles Garrett. I wouldn't talk to Mason Rudolph and say, hey, how'd that feel? Not the Pounceys, not Baker. I just want to know, Adam Schefter, assault.
What was it that night?
Battery.
It was battery.
It was battery.
It was
Battery?
technically battery.
The reason next time I will
because it's
change
actual
it.
harm. But were you as upset as you watched that as the assault tweet made me think you were?
Basically, you're watching it, and the only thing I could think of is he just assaulted that guy.
Assault.
He assaulted him. So assault.
It's
That's
assault.
what it is.
Oh, wait. Can you say that again? That's perfect.
He assaulted him.
But the way that you just said
with
it.
a little animation. Yeah, like, assault.
Assault.
It was assault.
That's going to wind up being assault.
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah.
We're going to beat that into. Okay, I got
absolutely
it. You got it, right?
We got that isolated.
Did you think after? I think the period is what really set it over the top too. Assault period. It's just something about it. That tweet might be my favorite tweet from 2019.
The funny thing is I haven't seen it show up anywhere since then. Like, nobody's tweeted it at me.
No.
You guys haven't reminded me of it.
That?
This is the first time that anybody's brought that up since then.
It is great. Like, you can apply the tweet assault to just about anything that happens online.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime someone dunks on Ravel, assault is just a great reply to it. It's like something you always need to have in your back pocket.
Right. And credit to you. I think that 5 years ago, Adam Schefter probably wouldn't have had fun with it, but you did right away. You kind of took the piss out of it, which was great, because then it makes it funnier, where it's like, yeah, it's assault.
Well,
period.
Again, I've been through this enough to know that it's not going to go away, that it's going to follow me around. And so now we'll just have to come up with something again in the future, whatever that may be,
right,
to supplant Assault.
It'll
Assault.
happen naturally at some point. So
organically, yep.
in the aftermath of the assault, I personally
like the meow game in Super Troopers.
How many times we can say it? But after the assault, I was very well connected in certain league circles, and I heard that there were rumors that there may have been some tapes out there. You're a big the tapes exist guy.
Oh, we'll get to that.
We'll get to that again in a second. But did you also hear the same rumors that there were tapes of what was said on the field just prior to the assault?
I've never heard anything like that. I've never heard the tapes. I don't know that those tapes exist. And there are a wide array of opinions about what did and didn't happen that night. And I don't think we'll ever know what did and didn't happen. I mean, it's amazing to me that Myles Garrett says he heard it, and Mason Rudolph is vehement in his denials, and he's defended by his coach, and you've got people sticking up for him. So, who's right?
Right. Now, so in terms of Myles Garrett going forward,
I can't believe we're still doing Myles Garrett and Mason Rudolph and this whole assault thing months later.
I mean,
it's
it was
amazing.
assault. It was quite a night. I'm so glad I didn't go to bed before that.
Well,
that's the funny thing is, I actually did.
Oh, so you woke up and that was the first thing you thought? That even makes it
I
better.
see it and I go, that's assault.
That's assault.
Yeah, you're like one of those precogs in Minority Report. You were asleep in your pool, and you're like, wait, there's a crime that's about to happen.
You're dozing off. I was dozing off. I was watching it. There's a TV in my closet, and my wife. This is true. Yeah, this is true. So basically, while she watches her show, I go into my little closet with a little TV, and I watch Thursday Night Football. And oftentimes, to be perfectly frank, I'll be sitting in my chair and I'm watching the screen and I just kind of doze off. And I happened to doze off and I woke up. I'm like, what the heck just happened?
So you were watching this in your closet, in a tiny TV. Woke up, assault.
That's
awesome.
That's so much better.
That's so much better.
That adds so much color to the story.
Yeah, and it's also like this is obviously going to be very something that's not relatable to like the wider audience, but in terms of content creators, there's nothing worse than when you wake up and something big has happened and you're like, wait, what? I slept through Kevin Ware's leg injury. I literally took a nap during it and woke up.
Oh my God, are you okay?
And yeah, I'm not okay, but time froze. I woke up, I was like, why is there no time on, like, why has there only been 30 seconds that have gone by and I've been asleep for 30 minutes? And then I realized Kevin Ware, the whole injury, but that is the worst feeling, waking up and be like, what just happened?
You're
assault.
like jolted awake.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a sensory assault.
Right. Exactly. That's a big time sensory assault.
That's how people live life on the West Coast is they wake up and it's noon on the East Coast and they've already missed who knows how many examples of assaults on the East Coast.
That's one of the challenging parts of being on the West Coast. Like either you're getting up late, like you can't even imagine, like the world is going on.
Right.
Stock market's crashed.
You would freak if you lived on the West Coast.
Well, it'd be a different deal. Like
you'd freak. You'd be freaking.
I don't know if I could live there.
No, you would be freaking. Yeah, we were lucky enough that I had bet the second half of that game, so that's why we were still watching. Because I was like, oh my God, they could still score like a backdoor cover or something, and then assault happened. You just mentioned something that I want to do a follow up question. What's your favorite Real Housewives?
Well, I watched the New York one. I watched New Jersey.
Do you like Bethany?
I do like Bethany.
I don't like you then.
You don't like her?
She got divorced from the Count, and she still calls herself a Countess.
No, that's not Bethany.
Oh, sorry. Oh yeah, Bethany is the skinny margarita girl.
Yeah, exactly.
Luann. Do you like Luann? Sorry, that's what I meant.
Luann, I think Luann likes her. I think Luann likes herself a lot more.
Yes, okay. All right. So you're New York and New Jersey. That's kind of me.
Yeah.
Sometimes throwing a little OC, but they're firing all the women out there, so it's gonna be weird.
New Jersey, New York, yeah. Bethany, yeah. The guy she got divorced from on TV, he seemed like the nicest guy in the world.
Yeah, they don't. I mean, that's crazy that a reality television show didn't really show like the person's true personality one way or the other.
Oh, really?
I can't believe that.
It's not all legit. It's not like the real world. Everything that happens on the real world it's real. That's why they call it the real world.
I don't know about that guy, but the 5 minutes I saw him in a heavily edited program, I think he was a good guy. Okay, we now welcome on recurring guest and very good friend of the program. It is Coach. I call him Coach.
It's
Mike
fucking Vrabes.
He gets mad when I call him Coach.
It's like Eli Manning. I was like, congrats, man. What a career. Unbelievable. Phenomenal. He's like, thank you, Coach. And I'm like, Eli, like, cut the bullshit. I text back, like, it's can we just go with Vrabes? He goes, yes, sir.
That's a very Eli story right there.
Are you mad at Eli at all about the Super Bowls?
No. I mean, that's sports. That team got better. That's a great example of a team that was a wild card that played us very tight at the end of the year, the last game, and they improved. To their credit, they were playing the best football at the end of the year. It's a great message to not only my team but a lot of people.
Is he a Hall of Famer?
I don't vote for the Hall of Fame, but I mean, I really try not to focus on Hall of Fame and this and that. The guy played really well in big games.
Okay, so he is.
Yes.
Or he isn't.
But he played very well in big games.
So he is.
I mean, if you guys got to vote, would you vote Eli?
Yes. Well, it's not the Hall of Very Good. And he was very great.
Don't hide behind those
at
glasses.
times.
But you can do the line.
You want me to go raw dog with this interview?
No, don't do
Not raw dog in this
do not
interview.
do that.
We'll all blow
Come on,
up.
Frabes.
All right. So
I like that you're committed to the vest game, by the way.
Love it.
Even
Stay
when you're not rocking
vested up.
team issue.
That's it.
So you
Team-ish.
just talking about the Giants, your team obviously didn't get all the way to the Super Bowl, but there was a little bit of that, like peaking at the right time last year. Were you after the season over? Could you have a moment where you're like, man, that was really good?
It was, and I tried to tell our team that. I think they were frustrated, and everybody was disappointed that we weren't going to be able to play for a championship. But I was proud of the way that they continued to improve from where we were the early part of the season, and we were playing our best football late. But I think they also realized, and everybody did, that that's a tough road to go down. 4 straight road playoff games is essentially what we did. It was Houston, New England, Baltimore, Kansas City. And that's not the way, that's not the recipe to win a championship. We're going to have to play well enough during the season to be able to host some of those games.
Yeah. So during the start of that playoff run, you guys play against New England. That was a great game. Before the game, you played, what was it, Catch Me If You Can? Like a clip as like a motivational.
So I always enjoy that movie. Frank Abagnale Jr. And the dad, is in debt and he needs to get a loan, and he pulls his son up in his Cadillac, and they're in these nice suits, and young Frank doesn't understand what they're doing, and his dad's like, we're going to act like we have money, and this bank manager is going to walk out here and he's going to open the door for us. And Frank's still figuring all this out. And then he says, you know why the Yankees always win? He said, because they have Mickey Mantle. He says, no, because everybody's always staring at the pinstripes. And I kind of like it. It's just a nice message to be like, there's going to be, when we get there and we go out on the field, there's going to be 6 banners that say world champion. Boom, boom, boom. Like, that's not going to determine the game. Was my only point, was like, let's not stare up at the banners and worry about what they've done. We got to go try to compete with them.
That's like Hoosiers measuring the hoop.
No, same difference.
10 feet.
10 feet.
Same thing.
Ali getting on the
Come
guy's
on.
shoulders.
10 feet. All-time moment.
I almost want to go call my dad and maybe cry right now.
Let's do it.
You probably knew all the tricks that Belichick was going to pull out, like putting the giant thermometers in the hallways, letting you know that it's actually like 10 degrees colder than you think that it is.
It's just keeping everybody updated on the weather report.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk about the tricks. When you basically became a time traveler in that game, how long had you known that loophole was there? And
for a while. It's just unfortunate that we were never in a situation to use it. You have to be ahead in the fourth quarter,
right?
In that situation with the clock running outside of 5 minutes, and whatever the league chooses to do, we're going to play by the rules that they give us, and that was available to us.
Were you, when you saw the situation and it first clicked, like, oh, here we go, like I'm about to time travel?
Well, I think you just try to,
especially to Belichick.
I think what you try to do is try to anticipate what the situations in the game can be.
You were excited. Don't give me coach speak.
Well, no, I'm just trying to say,
like,
it's not like spur of the moment. It's like, okay, depending on what happens here, like, are we going to go for it?
You hit
then we had a penalty, so it was like, let's just
storm.
You did the Rainbow Road shortcut. You just jumped past half of the track.
Right. It's something that we felt like could help us win the game. As coach speak as I could possibly be. Whoever was on the other sideline, we would have executed that situation.
In that moment, though, as it was happening, as you were time traveling, were you trying hard not to smile because you knew how cool it was?
No, I mean, I think that I've realized I've gotten good at being able to vomit and puke in my mouth without showing when bad things happen. So I try to do the same thing when good things happen, is just try to keep my composure.
Okay, so after that game, you had some fun with Tom Brady's Hyenas video. Do you think that's going to hurt your recruitment of him?
I thought that was actually a great compliment to our football team.
Nice spin.
Because that's who I think we want to be, is these animals that hunt and travel in packs and are competitive, vicious, and I think that's how we try to approach our game and our preparation.
All right. Well, so we just did Adam Schefter and Mike Vrabel. And
what happened after the combine? Big
shit kind of fell apart. I remember vividly, too, watching the last game I watched that I can remember is Wisconsin versus Indiana. Wisconsin winning a share of the Big Ten and being like, I can't wait for the tournament. And then all the tournaments were canceled.
Yeah.
Well, no, Gonzaga won. Gonzaga won their tournament. That happened.
Duke lost. Duke did
lost.
not qualify for the NCAA
There's a couple other tournaments, I think, that actually took place.
I think they played one game in the Big East.
Yeah,
right?
I went to that one.
Yeah. No, one half.
One half of a game.
No, they played one full game.
The second round, they played one half.
Yeah.
I think it was St. John's and Georgetown were like, fuck it, we're playing.
Yeah, Chris Mullen was out there like, I will punch the coronavirus in the face if I see it.
Florida State counted themselves a win. Yeah, actually, they played a round of the ACC as well because I'm pretty sure UNC lost, and I had a future on them. And then it's like, couldn't they have just not played?
Yeah, and then the world just stopped all of a sudden.
And I said I would inject myself with COVID. But whatever. We'll put that clip in there. PFT, I'm going to say something that I may at some point regret, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Permission to go there granted.
If they cancel, and I don't even know who decides this, big time they.
Obama.
Big they. If they cancel March Madness, I'm not talking about play it with no fans, which would make it significantly less fun, but still we can watch it. If they cancel it, outright cancel it, I will get coronavirus the next day.
Wow.
I will get coronavirus the next day because I do not want to be healthy in a world where March Madness does not exist. Yeah, it happened. When we get the vaccine, I will take it right away. We'll do a live stream of us taking the vaccine.
That would technically count as injecting yourself with coronavirus, right?
And
if you got the one that is the live version
I'll get them
of the
all.
vaccine.
I will get every single one.
Collect them all like Pokemon?
Yeah, we'll do it on live stream so that the public knows that it's okay to get the vaccine.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll do that. We'll do that for the people. All right, so.
That means that we get to skip to the front of the line.
Correct. We're essential.
That's a coincidence. We did not plan that.
I did have a moment where I was like, are we essential? No. Okay.
I think podcasters are the most essential business in the world.
One second.
Us first, and then the people who actually make the vaccine.
Well,
we should get it before them.
I was like, wait, we're not hospital workers. We're not frontline workers, but are we essential?
In a way, we are on the front line.
Yeah. I mean, there are first responders right now who are listening to this podcast.
I mean, we're actually
second responders.
We make the economy go.
Right.
With the amount of Seamless that we order.
Yes, absolutely. So we have our COVID special. So it's talking about coronavirus before it actually happened. Dungeons and Dragons. Love is Blind. Remember Love is Blind?
Remember Messica?
Messica. Oh, my God.
I hope she's doing well.
Yeah, I do, too. Blake Griffin winning the Blake of the Year. Horace Grant for The Last Dance, and Barbara Corcoran. So this is a full COVID, what happened in those 6 months mashup. So get ready for that.
There's probably a million interviews that we did during COVID when we were on Zoom that I just don't remember that I put out. Like, you remember we interviewed LeVar Ball?
I did not until you said that.
You remember we interviewed Jack, what's his name? Jack Pound? Dick Pound.
Dick Pound.
Dick Pound from the International Olympic Committee.
Yeah, there's a... We interviewed Mark from Love is Blind.
Yeah, that's true. Remember that?
Yes. Jesus Christ. All right, so here's our COVID special part of my take. Weird Year.
Yeah.
Okay, it is that time again. We have our very, very good friend Tim Woods back. How do we start?
In theory, I would start by, first of all, just highlighting who your characters are. And I know we didn't do this last time, but in theory, you can come up with a name for your character and decide as much backstory for them as you want. New players, I never worry too much about that because we're going to be learning who these characters are together. But I'll say, generally, you would pick your character. And what we could do is we had some great character selections last time. We had a barbarian, a bard, and a warlock. That's a great group. We can pick those same characters again if we want. Or we could pick different characters, like a different fighty type, a different spellcaster. We don't have, well, the bard is kind of a sneaky skill-based character.
Yes.
So we have a lot of the best characters we could get. Was anyone, and I always say there's 4 different categories: the fighty types, the spellcasters, the healers, and the sneaky skill-based characters. Was anyone interested in hearing about them, or did they just want to grab their old character?
I personally feel like we should run back our characters and add Billy to our crew.
Yeah. I'm a barbarian. PFT is a bard, right? And Hank
I'm
is
a warlock.
A warlock. So then Billy...
Is that like Gimli from Game of Thrones? Is that warlocks? Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings, absolutely. So
Fuck yeah.
Gimli the dwarf would kind of be like a barbarian or maybe a fighter, big bruiser. However, there is a classic archetype of the dwarven cleric, the dwarf who follows the god of Moradin.
That could be me.
That kind of dwarf is more of a healer, let's say, than Gimli would have.
Can my bard also be a dwarf?
Your bard can be any race you want it to be. If you want to be a dwarf, absolutely
Dwarf
it can
bard.
be.
Okay,
Making
so
a little note of that.
So what is the fourth category? Yeah, make sure you really write it down.
Very short.
5, 6.
Yeah, super short.
So what is the fourth category that we don't have now? So we have a barbarian, a bard, and a warlock. What's the fourth category we don't have?
In theory, the healer types would be the
that's
ones
Billy.
that you don't have yet. So I mentioned the cleric, and that would be the fourth kind of perfect niche that you'd be filling right now. So the warlock's kind of your spellcaster, the cleric is your healer, the barbarian is your big fighty type, and the bard would be kind of the more skill-based, the talkative, the face.
Also, the barbarian is like 20 pounds overweight. Can you write that down?
I've lost a little bit of weight.
Just write that part down.
So, all right,
the barbarian shaved too early and his face looks
That's true. So, all right, so the Billy's going to be a cleric.
Absolutely. A dwarven cleric, I assume, or you can be
he's going to be a giant cleric. Can he be a giant cleric?
Yeah.
There is a race called Goliaths who are like half giants. They're not quite full giants. They're playable, but you can be a big
Billy.
and you grow rock out of your like head, like your arms and legs are covered with rocks.
He's basically Rick Smith.
Perfect.
And
He's
cool
rock
tattoos.
Okay.
So that's interesting to me because if you're a Goliath cleric, then actually you worship the Goliath gods, and I'll admit I don't know a thing about them, so we get to get pretty creative about that.
So also, Tim, we should mention that PFT, Wayne, and Ehrlich,
Yes.
they just played in a 7-game series in ping pong, and there's a lot of tension in the room.
I am tension free. I feel great.
No, you're not tension free.
I have no tension in my body.
I feel great if I got awarded a free bogus point in game 6.
It may spill over a little into this game. I just want you to know. And also there's tension between me and Berserker Billy because he's a fucking idiot, and it drives me nuts. But here we are. I think you might – I can't remember. Did you say you watched any sports?
I've watched a little bit.
Okay. All right, but you saw me throw there. You would say that's better than a Division III quarterback. That's like a Division I quarterback, right?
I would say definitely at least Division II we're talking.
Okay,
sure.
all right, good.
With the 23, however, I'd say with the 23, that felt like a Division I.
Yes, baby.
Definitely a lot better than a Division III wide receiver.
Great throw. That was a great throw. Here we go. Insight. 18. I got the hot hand.
Yeah, can I put a spell on Ehrlich to make him super
we're a
confident?
team.
Like, essentially,
We're
make
worried
him
about
think
the
that
dragon.
He's got a lead on me.
Yeah.
Shouldn't
make him think he can read.
Shouldn't we be focused on the dragon, Tim?
No, I think we need to take out this dragon, Hank. You're a best weapon that we have.
Yeah.
If you roll any wisdom-based skills like perception or insight,
Can I use Big Head? It's my turn, please.
No, wait. Can I ask a question, Hank? Ehrlich, can I ask a question?
Sure.
Ehrlich,
I appreciate if you waited your turn.
Ehrlich have enough wisdom to figure out if this dragon, like, can he see in the future? Will he be able to see if, like, this dragon's just going to leave?
the dragon is taken aback like a cat. He rears back for a moment, like, "Whoa, what are you doing?" Eyes widen, and then in anger, her eyes narrow, and she snaps at you to bite you. I'm going to roll.
I forgot to ask.
She's attacking you. You didn't ask, Billy. You gotta respect
Billy.
Dragon.
I'll give you a chance. What do you say to her?
I'd be like, I just want to grant you freedom in a life free from servitude.
Do you just assume that like every woman that you run into is dominated by somebody else? And you can
obviously,
Billy basically just walked up and was like, "Hey, is this guy bothering you?" To me, it's like he's a jerk.
Yeah,
like, can I buy you a drink?
Billy literally commanded this dragon to come over with a beam of light, and then he's like, "Hey, can I free you from whoever made you come here?"
Yeah, dude, let's just try to heal the dragon and so then we can ride around on the dragon.
But Billy,
like, come on.
So the dragon bit you because you tried to kiss it.
Yeah.
It doesn't want your advances.
But she's playing hard to get.
No, Billy, she tried to kill you.
Dude, no means no.
Okay, fuck, sorry.
All right. Billy, do not try to fuck this dragon.
I want to ride it.
Don't.
I want to jump on his back,
Billy.
like
we
rodeo.
gotta get rid of this dragon.
we're better just ride the dragon.
Dude, we're all trying to beat the dragon, and you're trying to fuck it, and it's not working.
Okay. All right, here we go.
Get
Here's
this
the
dragon out of here,
first
Billy.
roll. 7. Let's do the second roll. 20!
That dragon's my bitch! Yeah, Billy!
And two things happened. First of all, you said you were trying to fly this dragon away from here, right?
Or just
away,
somewhere private, somewhere he can go and have some private time.
Take it back to his
Take
place.
it to like an hourly rate hotel.
He wants to be like, hey, babe, you want to get out of here?
The dragon is letting out a roar. Forget this village.
Yes!
I hate this. She takes off into the air, and all the cultists are like, yeah, Lenathon! And then they see her with you on her head fly away from the village.
Yeah!
Oh, no, what's going on? And then, and this will be the cliffhanger, as you're flying away with Lenathon, she shakes her head left, she shakes her head right, and then finally she says, all right, little rock man, let's talk, you and I. What do you want?
She's into it. Never give up, Billy. Never give up.
Really?
With a critical hit, you think this dragon is willing to maybe become friends with you.
Yes!
Congratulations.
Dude, I'm so happy I told you to do that all along.
So we'll catch up tomorrow
now we
morning
have a
at
freaking
brunch with
dragon.
Billy. Just dish about how your night was.
Billy's be like, last night was a movie.
First, he introduces himself. He extends a gauntleted hand, and he flips up his visor, and you see this guy is definitely built. He's a strong-looking older dude, and he extends a hand, and he says, Sir Orgerton, pleasure to meet you. You can just call me Sir O. Sir O. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm taking command of this whole situation, and I'm seeing a lot of cultists outside of here right now.
This is Coach O.
This is Coach O.
This is Coach O. We
Jake.
met Coach O in
Yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, so Jake, ask a question, right?
Seems like Sir Orgerton.
Yeah, what do you want?
Yeah.
I mean, you're a journalist. Come on.
Yeah, so Coach O, coming off that big title.
Ask him a question about D&D, though.
No time for that. No time for I have a illustrious career. I've done a great job in all of my work, but right now and they've got prisoners, and I know some information about this cult.
All right, he's got a game plan. Find out what his game plan is.
Jake just tried to do talk about the game.
Yeah.
Come on,
I won't
Jake.
say talk.
Come on, Jake.
Let's reframe this.
Yes.
This is a pregame interview.
Yes, let's go.
Let's find out what his tactics are for his plan of attack.
Get some bulletin board material, Jake.
All right. What are your opponent's biggest weaknesses?
Good, Jake.
He says, well, you got rid of the dragon. That was the number one thing. I'm really glad you got rid of that dragon. I see it flying away. Perfect. This is great. Go. And he gestures at his insignia, and you can tell it's some kind of a strange cat on his shoulder. Can't tell exactly what. And he goes, go Ligers. Go Ligers. To find out what happens next, the last, in theory, at the end of initiative, turn still has to go. Berserker Billy, the cult is fleeing, and then Lenathon, the dragon, looks back at you and says, ha, this was fun. What should we do next? And she's willing to hear you out on whatever you suggest next.
Why don't we build the town into the sickest place ever?
Oh, wait,
we can build it a medieval Dave and Buster's.
Yeah.
With the arrows and shit.
So, who wants to live here?
What are you threatening us?
Yeah, I'm fucking threatening you. I got a dragon.
Fuck you, Billy.
No.
Who are you to
Who wants to
threaten
live?
us?
It's my fucking castle.
All right.
I say I would like to ask the dragon, yo, do you want to just take over this castle and torture my boss who's
God
been pissing
damn it,
me
Billy.
off?
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check. You're rolling 2 times and taking the higher number. You have advantage.
Yeah,
Commit treason into
Who's
the mic,
strong
Billy.
now?
Plus 3
Who's
on
strong now?
Go ahead, roll, bitch.
7.
7. Go ahead now.
Basically
do
the
next
same
one.
thing as one.
Do the next one.
Here comes a 1.
Oh, you're fucked, boys.
Did a critical hit?
Yeah, 19.
19.
Humans hate magical creatures.
I hate you.
No, yeah, you better.
You wanna live?
Billy, you better kill him.
I have the power here.
Right.
I am the captain now.
For right now.
You come at the king, you best not miss.
No. I have the power here.
Billy.
This is the magical world. I have the power.
Yeah, I know.
Who's
you,
on the dragon?
You better kill all 3 of us
Humans say
because
what?
otherwise you're fucked.
Also,
You want me to
Billy,
say
what
what?
you have to understand is this dragon right now, it doesn't give a shit about your small little
No,
games.
no, I
This
just-
dragon's going to leave your ass.
Go ahead, Billy. Do your thing.
Tell you
Do your
what,
thing.
Go with
ahead.
your
Go ahead.
girlfriend and
Go ahead.
destroy what we've built
Yeah,
together,
go ahead.
Billy.
No, this is what I'm saying.
You better kill all of us.
Uh-huh.
You need, it sounds like with a 2 that Berserker Billy rolled, he had a +4 on this. So what you need is a 6 or higher, and you have a +5 on this.
So I need a 1? I need a 1?
I think you got this one, Big Cat.
So here's the thing. I'll be very clear about this. Something crazy always happens if you get a 1. So if you get a 1, you still grab Berserker Billy, but the dragon takes off with both of you.
Wait. Well,
okay.
Yeah.
Because of that bad roll, one way or another, Berserker Billy, you were hanging a little low on this dragon.
Okay, all right. So here we
It's
go.
a bad roll, Billy.
Grab you in
blew
some
it.
way.
All right.
What happens on a 2? There's gotta be
Here
something cool
comes
on
the
a 2.
roll, Billy.
You die on a 2.
18.
I think
2
that's
plus
enough.
5.
I think he jumps too far.
You jump up. You are, since you rolled well, getting exactly where you want to get to, and you are grabbing Berserker Billy and tackling him off the dragon's back. The dragon takes off, looks down at you, and I will give one roll. Then looks at you, Berserker Billy, and just shakes her head and flies away to the south, where the cultists seem to be fleeing towards. And all of the army with the dragon seems to be flying to the south. But you do see, to be fair, for all your critical hits, the dragon look back once at you, looking sad, and then again, like, I shouldn't have done that. I feel bad. Forget it. And then she keeps flying, but she did have reservations.
Okay.
She's gonna go have brunch with her dragon friends tomorrow and be like, "You'll never believe the worst date I just had."
Okay, so I'm really in a no-win situation.
Really, yeah.
Is there any sort of like
almost like a situation that you made yourself when you tried to kill us?
Well, I thought. Well, you know what? Is there any way I can?
You thought we were gonna take your side?
Yeah. Let's just
fighting ourselves.
Let's just remind people that Billy on the last episode tried to kill us. This is not unprovoked.
I just tried to kill Norm.
Okay.
Because I want to show I'm the strongest.
It was the start of a battle against everybody.
I have no beef with you.
You thought I was just going to let my man sit out there and get attacked?
Come on, dude.
Well, he hasn't been the best to all of us.
Yeah, I think he's been pretty good this year.
The only person I've been mean to is you. You're weak.
Norm the Barbarian, you now have the Berserker Rage ability where you can now swing 2 times, just like Berserker Billy used to be able to do, except you can do it every turn as much as you want.
Just to clarify, I'm stronger than Billy. I now have the only thing that he brought to the table, and he's still very much dead.
And he's still
Got
very
it.
much
Okay,
dead
just
right
wanted
now.
to make sure that was all clear.
Absolutely, and you are now a Berserker Barbarian with a lot of hit points.
13.
13, and the Griffin has a +5 and actually has advantage. Roll one more time on this. So far, you got an 18.
Bill, you want to roll? Just kidding.
How did you not see that coming?
Everyone saw it from across the room.
8. So we're going to go with the original roll. The 18 was a success for sure. And the Griffin flies back and says,
"Sure, Hank, thanks." Oh, no.
He says, "You were looking for the hatchery, right? Well, I found it. There's a pit that looks like there are maybe 3 dragon eggs or more. I saw at least 3 dragon eggs, but I also saw something else. So, Wayne, we are up to you. You're still invisible.
Can I go drag Billy's dead corpse off the ground, reanimate it, and then make it sit on the roper?
You can definitely drag the corpse.
Yeah,
I
let's
would
desecrate
say
his corpse.
that you, looking at the spells that you have...
Well, our Griffin's got to be pretty hungry by now, right?
Leave me dead.
Yeah, no.
Your Griffin is certainly hungry,
He's
and
hungry.
he is a carnivore, and he
Yeah.
says, interesting, that body's a little old, but I wouldn't mind, I'm hungry, I wouldn't mind picking at that a little bit.
Yeah, I think I want to feed Billy's dead body to our Griffin.
You start to feed chunks
just because
Griffin.
he's hungry, yeah.
Absolutely. I'll also point out you're still invisible, so when you pick up Billy's body, it does kind of look like Billy's just walking around because you're like an invisible puppet master right now.
Can I use like my hands to make Billy have a really stupid face and trip him a few times as he's walking?
You make him like walk around and like you see Billy's face like contorting different ways, but then because he's in different pieces, the body parts start to like fall over a little bit. You have a lot of dexterity though, so you start catching.
Yeah, I'd
them
like
and
to juggle Billy's testicles. Yeah.
Juggling
and
various
then throw
body
one
parts.
against the wall.
Absolutely. There's a splat as something hits the wall, for sure.
Okay, great. So, now I'd like to feed his corpse to the Griffin.
Absolutely. The Griffin is actually saying,
there's something tangy about it, like dark magic or something, but it's not bad, and the Griffin keeps eating this.
Yeah.
And the Griffin is also thanking us for having freed him. He does introduce himself after this delicious meal and says, my name's Blake. It's an absolute pleasure, and I'm so thank you for freeing me. I really, really appreciate it. So he's now really feeling like a member of our team now that he got to eat
it's a
our
Blake
former
Griffin.
teammate.
Got
it.
it.
A Blake the Griffin.
Yeah,
yes,
I went down
for
the
sure.
wrong. Actually, I don't like Blake Griffin anymore.
Yeah.
He kind of ditched us the other day.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This
can be a different.
Blake Griffin's fine.
Okay.
Just for the record, I'm mad at him. All right, so now that
Let's take him out.
You want to take him out?
Interesting.
I guess
Billy, you got any thoughts on that? Hank. Just kidding. Tim, thank you so much. We really appreciate your time as always.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Tim.
Good game. Absolutely, everybody.
Love is Blind. Now, this show, I have not yelled at my TV while watching a show as much as I have watching this, whatever it is. I can't decide. When I first started watching it, I was like, this show sucks. I hate everyone involved. But now I feel like I didn't want to stop watching it after the 4th episode. I was like, I kind of love how much I hate some of these characters.
Okay,
it was hard for me to physically watch.
Let's do big picture real quick. So we found out there's actually 60 people that got invited, so it's 30 guys, 30 girls. We probably only saw like 10 or 12 of them. My question right off the bat, and I don't want this to sound mean at all, but because it's Love is Blind, did they intentionally not pick like super attractive people? Because it was markedly, the attractiveness was way lower than your Bachelor, your Bachelorette, your Real World. Like,
no, I don't.
It's the first season of a new show.
Yeah, exactly. So the production
the Circle,
company.
there are other.
I thought maybe they were like, who cares if they're not that attractive? They don't see each other.
I'm going to throw a flag on that one because my first note was they should have had at least 2 very unattractive people.
Well, I think they did.
Very unattractive.
I think you did. If you saw the 60.
No, I didn't look. I didn't look at all the 60. But
no, I'm saying there was even some clips. Like we were joking, the 38-year-old dude who was like, "Are you an African American?"
Yeah,
that guy was whack.
That was perhaps the most awkward thing I've ever seen on a dating show.
They threw some dogs in there, but I just noticed right away.
I wanted to see some like notably doggish people on there that would shock the person if they got picked.
They were though. And they were. I'm not saying I'm a good-looking guy because I probably would be perfect for Love Is Blind, or I'm probably less attractive than the people on there. But usually, when you watch a dating show, you're like, "Holy shit! All these people aren't even real life."
There are some very attractive people on the show.
There are a few.
Yeah.
But there also are a bunch that you're like, "How'd that guy get there?"
Yeah. So you're African American.
Yeah.
That was a great opening line.
Like, what's his name? Kenny, who's a sweet dude.
Cut.
He's not really.
Why isn't there?
Or what about with Cameron? Nice guy. You're not like a looker.
Why isn't there a glory hole in the love pods?
Right.
Nick Lachey acting like everyone just knows who he is.
Yeah.
And he's like, obviously, I'm Nick Lachey.
I'm obviously Nick Lachey.
And Nick Lachey, like, did he do anything in between episodes 1 and 4?
He did nothing basically the entire time. They did, even. I watched the whole thing, but yeah, he does nothing the whole time.
He popped back up.
I'm Nick Lachey.
Yeah, I'm Nick Lachey, and then reads a cue card. But they needed obviously a married couple here, and they were like, oh, let's look like, was Ashley Simpson and her husband not available? I feel like that would have been good.
Mm-hmm.
So all right, so the show is patently ridiculous. Where should we like?
I want to talk about Barnett. I hate him.
He's a fuckboy.
The very definition of fuckboy, and he's found his girl in Amber, who is the very definition of a hot mess. So you got a fuckboy and a hot mess, and those are 2 unstoppable forces that are just going to rub up against each other until they get into a fight.
Right.
So that relationship's not going to work, but they're going to have a hell of a time while they're in it. But his jokes that he had to introduce himself to everybody, they're like pre-dad jokes.
Yes.
Like he's going to be an excellent dad.
Oh, I wrote them down. They were pretty bad. So when I think Jessica said, "What do you think about dogs in the bed?" and he replied, "I am one. I am one." She also said, "Kids, what do you think about kids?" and he says, "Do I have any? Not that I know of."
He had a great quote when he was talking to the camera about what he's looking for on the show. He goes, "I usually go for pretty girls, but this time I'm not looking for anything. Well, not that I'm looking for anything ugly, but
right,
so
right.
He's like, I usually like to date pretty girls as my type. I still do, but I usually in the past have also done that."
The kids joke, I think he said, not that I know of, and then Jessica said, "No, I meant your position," and he said, what's my favorite position? So really just really making everyone laugh. And then the last one I wrote down, they asked when they went back to the room where it was very odd dynamic. They would all go back to the pad and be like, who did you connect with? And someone said, who were you all feeling? And he said, none of them, because it was through a wall. Good one, Barnett.
Very good. And then he said, all these girls love my jokes.
They love the jokes. That was the big from the first 5 episodes. Jessica and Barnett being like, I think Barnett actually wrote it down. He said, if this place had no other guys and no other girls, I'd propose to you. Which that is quite the love, throwing that out there. And Jessica falls head over heels. And then the next day, she's like, hey, Barnett, did you mean all that stuff you said last night? And Barnett's like, nah, not really. Yeah. and then she goes from that to, you know what? Who's that first guy? Mark. Jessica is 34 years old, cannot figure out how all of her relationships fail, and then came on this show and basically got directly into a failed relationship.
Yep. Yeah, got dumped and then got a rebound in Mark. And
was like, I'll make it work.
She was like, I'm going to make this work. We have so much in common. Like, we're both from Chicago.
And Italian beef, and dogs.
Literally all they had in common was that they grew up near Chicago.
And dogs.
And so she kept like when she would talk to herself and convince herself that things might work out with Mark, it was just going back to like, we're built on something so solid, our foundation that he really likes the Cubs.
No, you forgot one thing. The Christianity. When Mark explained his tattoo, it was like, yeah, I have a cross on my side, and I left the space open for my future kids. And she was like, oh my God, that is so romantic.
She strikes me as somebody who said multiple times, like, I'm not religious, but I'm very spiritual.
I want to raise my kids through the church.
Yeah.
But I don't go.
Yeah, Mark is turning incel in front of her eyes.
Yes.
Mark he's
a simp.
He's a big time simp. He's having to negotiate for the relationship to keep going. Every single conversation, their entire relationship is just a series of important talks that they have to have with each other. And every time it's Mark being like, I'm here for you, and I'm still here, and I'm going to make this work. Are you going to make this work? And she's like, yeah, I guess so. And then she goes to the bathroom and fingers herself to think about Barnett.
Yeah, and then Mark's like, hey, I've been thinking, like, if we're really going to get married, maybe at some point you should actually not be completely appalled by the look of me.
Yeah.
Like, and she's like, I don't know.
It's just
maybe
we're working on physical.
You know
aspect.
what? We're working on things. Like, you're my best friend.
Right. Yeah. No, it was. He basically proposed to her. He said, will you do me the honor of putting me the fuck in your friend zone for life?
Yes. I think she's even said, like, I think of him as like my best friend. Like, I love him.
He's like a brother.
Yeah. Okay, we now welcome on a very special guest. It is 4-time NBA champion Horace Grant. Horace, thank you for joining us. Everyone's obviously talking about The Last Dance. We want to talk about your entire career, but let's start there. And what has it been like to go back in time and see all this stuff, see a young Horace Grant, see all of the stories be retold on a national stage?
Well, looking back on it, reminiscing, if you will, kind of making me wish I was 22, 23 again. You know, it was some great years. We had a fun time, a great run there in Chicago. But just the camaraderie that we had as a team, the confidence that we had as a team when we got out there on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Are there birds in the background? Our producers saying.
Let me close the window.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we can hear them.
They sound like they're having a good time.
People would definitely the whole interview. They'd be like, "What the hell? What's going on?"
One of the best parts of the documentary so far was your reaction to that Pistons series where they walked off the court, didn't shake your hand. I think you called them little bitches. Have you heard from anybody on the Pistons about that?
Well, you know, the ironic thing about that was I never knew that what MJ said about the Pistons. I guess after Game 3, you know, saying they didn't deserve to be champion. They messed the game up and all of that. If I had known that, I don't think I would have called them bitches. I would have said crybaby. But to answer your question, I talked to Isaiah Thomas, and we had a great conversation, man. I mean, and I see Isaiah all the time at All-Star Weekend. We have great conversations. So we had a great conversation about everything, and it's cool. I just put it that way.
That moment where you guys beat the Pistons and knowing everything that had come before that, like I actually was kind of shocked they didn't go deeper into the migraine game, the Scotty migraine game, knowing that you were so close with Scotty. What was Michael's reaction to that? Because you can still see it on his face that he doesn't really believe that Scotty had a migraine. And that probably speaks to his psychopath, competitiveness, where he's like, nothing could ever stop me. When that happens, are you, right after the game, are you like, yes, Scotty clearly had a migraine, or do you side with MJ a little bit and be like, it's crazy he wasn't able to compete in Game 7?
Listen, when you have migraines, and I had a couple migraines, when you have migraines, man, it's blurry, you can't see, the noise is crazy. There's no way Scotty could have functioned out there with those migraines. And he did have a migraine, man. And for us, for the people who second guess that, I don't know if you can say, they can kiss my ass. That's crazy, man. And I saw when they asked MJ about that, and he licked his lip and smirked a little bit. The dude that was your sidekick. That was your second in command. He had a migraine.
Yeah.
That's my thing.
We play this game with every guest that we have. It's called Headline Grab, where we say something and then you give us something and we're going to make a headline and get some big news out of it. So I'll rephrase Big Cat's question. How much money in debt was Michael Jordan from gambling when David Stern asked him to take a year off?
Hey, that's something. See, I was so oblivious to a whole bunch of things, guys. I'm telling you. Because I was about playing basketball, partying, and going home. That
Sounds
was
pretty
me.
good.
That was me. So I don't know if David Stern told me to take a year off. I just know MJ loved to gamble. That was. Even on luggage, even on what color you think that next car going to be coming down the street.
Uh-huh.
So in terms of that, I don't know if that caused his retirement or not.
Would you gamble with him? Would you gamble with him on the plane and everything, play cards?
Oh, hell yeah, we did. Myself, Pip, Oak, Pete, a whole bunch of us was gambling.
How would you do? What would you say? Are you up or down to MJ in your life, gambling?
Well, I can only say one thing, that he ran out of cash one night. He didn't have enough cash on him. And, of course, when you don't have enough cash, we loan each other money. And I think I loaned him about $2,000. And, of course, I was talking trash every time I gave him about $400, $500. And then he was so pissed that the next day he brought $2,000 worth of crispy $100 bills.
All right, so my last question, and this is a hilarious thing to look back on, but I just need confirmation this is 100% true. You once tried to skip practice because Scottie Pippen's cat died and you were mourning the cat.
Hey, true story. But the thing behind that, I was still drunk from the night before. Yeah.
So that's not why. You were really emotional about that cat. You really were in your feels about that cat.
Listen, hey, when you have quite a few drinks and you still hungover, you still get emotional about certain things.
It was a special cat. It was a great cat. And the great part about a cat excuse, they have 9 times they can die, and you can miss 9 practices.
It's the book that I mentioned, the book for everyone listening on Monday's show, Blood on the Horns, but it was like Scotty called in and was like, hey, my cat died. I'm not going to be in practice today. And 15 minutes later, you called in. You're like, hey, Scotty's cat died. I'm not going to be in practice today.
Hey, we came in together in 1987, so that was still my man.
That's friendship. That's deep friendship. To be like, I'll come and sit and be bros with you when your cat dies.
Absolutely. I mean, the little cat, we had a bond. We had a great bond, man.
What was the cat's name?
I don't damn know.
I knew you wouldn't have that.
Yeah.
Okay, ready, Hank? All right, here we go. 3,
You're
2,
a girl
1.
or a boy?
I'm a boy.
Keep that in. Oh, no.
You want to see?
I told you she's spicy.
No, I don't want to see.
I told you
sounds
she's
like a leading
spicy.
question.
This is Barbara Corcoran. You know her. She's the founder of the Corcoran Group, and she is an investor on Shark Tank.
I've always thought that. So I had a background in sales. I sold pretty much anything under the map. You name it, I slanged it. I was the best salesperson I could be right after I sold something else.
Why was that? Because you were bouncing off a high and you thought, I'm a mighty man, pounding a check. I can do anything. Yeah.
Yeah, you feel
and did
real
that
good.
work?
Yeah, worked really well.
For 2 deals, maybe.
No. I sold cats. I sold used dogs. I sold Christmas trees. I sold portable air conditioners, software, used cars.
And you know, it's
I could
funny.
put
I
you in a
wouldn't have
Honda
bought
Ridgeline
any
like
of
that.
those things from you.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
a single one.
Uh-huh.
And let me ask you, if you were such a good salesman, let me challenge that. Okay. If you're such a good salesman, why did you hop from product to product to product? Good salespeople don't do that.
Oh, because there's a cap on my commissions when I was selling cats. And so then I moved up to dogs.
This is the weirdest
and
thing.
then Christmas, the higher the ticket item, the more money you get paid. Also, I found that the higher the ticket item, the higher the dollar sign on whatever it is you're selling, a lot of times it's easier to sell the expensive thing than it is to sell the cheap thing.
And why is that?
Because the customers that try to buy a cheap thing, they're focused on the price and they'll just walk away at any given second. Customers that want to buy an expensive thing, they're focused on the other stuff that you can highlight for them.
You gotta tell me something I'm curious about. You're telling me that you went and sold high price shit to people with that haircut?
No.
Oh,
that's
you
a good
look different
point.
back then.
That's a good point.
Okay.
Yeah,
because I wouldn't buy anything.
Right
from
now,
you,
my
the way you
only
look.
customer would be Kid Rock. If he needed like a legacy software upgrade, then I could hook him up.
Oh yeah, of course you could.
What is the one product that you've invested in that you wish you could take back?
Oh, there's a lot of them. Okay, the lipstick that makes you lose weight.
Wait,
that's
that
true?
sounds like a great idea.
Sounds like a great idea, but guess what? It doesn't make you lose weight.
What-
Okay, even though it burns the crap out of your lips, so you don't want to eat a hot dog next time. But
Wait,
it's terrible.
that's a real thing?
That's a real
That
thing.
sounds like a high
or
idea that we
Or the
created.
dentist, if you use his toothpaste, it's going to put you to sleep at night. I tried it. I was having a hard time sleeping. I never went to sleep after I used his toothpaste.
melatonin?
After I invested, not melatonin.
Melatonin toothpaste.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's
Yeah.
There was no melatonin in that.
That's
So
what
what
we
was
need.
it that knocked you out?
Hank has
Right
this.
there.
Hank has Listerquil. NyQuil and Listerine combined. He literally
Oh, my
has that.
God.
That's his idea.
This is great. I'm going to try both these formulations. Maybe my money's not lost yet.
Yeah, Listerquil has been a long time idea. Holy shit, Hank! That was just proving that you're right.
Wait,
you invested
I don't know
in Hank's idea?
I don't know what to take seriously.
Listerquil is a long time idea of Hank.
It's in beta.
It sounds like you invested in Listerquil, but it wasn't.
It was
all
a
the way
wrong
thought
formulation.
Out. Yeah,
it didn't put you to sleep, and it tasted like crap.
The only sad part is that it was after her saying her least favorite investment.
Well,
That's right. It might make it my favorite investment.
It wasn't
now.
successful.
That's
The
okay.
formula wasn't
Right.
good. Your formula works.
she likes the idea. Barbara loves it. She's in love with the idea. It's the people behind it.
Who would think I'd come here today and make money?
Yeah,
I never saw that coming.
Can Blake Griffin do it?
I think Koepka's got it. 5.5 is a tough number. The hardest thing to do in sports is to repeat as champion.
It's going to be very hard. Okay, here we go. Blake Griffin. Go.
Oh, 3.3. Holy shit.
You did it again.
Blake.
You did it again.
Congratulations. Blake to Blake champion.
You did it again.
Blake Griffin.
You're a transcendent talent. It was a tough competition, though. Do you want to know the finals?
I need to know the times.
So
Okay.
this year, Bortles had 5.75. Koepka had 5.5. And you beat them both by 1.2 seconds.
Wow. Wow.
Yes.
We actually were talking beforehand, and we said there's the storylines that were going into this Blake of the Year was, will we look back and say that this was the GOAT, status for Blake Griffin? Will we look back, PFT was saying, and say, is Blake Griffin bad for Blake's? Is it not fair anymore, do you think?
You know what? I'm not even ready to answer those questions right now because I put in the time. I'm also working on a Last Dance Blake of the Year documentary as we speak. And, the footage will show that I put the time in, and the footage will show that I care about this. And, if you can't accept that, then it's fine. You're not a real Blake of the Year fan.
I think all the talk that we've had Bortles and Koepka on recently and discussed the Blake of the Year with them. I guess you could say Blake Griffin took it personally.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I took that personal. Every time you guys post a highlight of Brooks on the golf course, posted his mustache, compared it to Big Cat's, I take that personal. I see it all. I don't comment all the time, but I see it all, and I took it personal.
It's impressive. I mean, you're clearly very emotional. I can hear it in your voice. Congratulations. The title is yours for another year. And, I don't know what else to say.
There are no words.
We're truly
right
in the presence of greatness.
Thank you, guys. And, if I can real quick, just want to address the fans. Unbelievable support over this past year. But we brought another Blake of the Year home. So you see me on the streets, yell, let's celebrate together because this one's for everybody.
Wow, he's sharing this one with the fans. What a guy!
Yeah.
Blake, one last question: are you going to take some time to celebrate this, or are you thinking already, hey, let's move on? It's next year. You're only as good as
you know. What? Blake. The way I see it, I have the rest of the day to celebrate, but then it's back to training.
Love it. Heart of a champion. All right, Blake, we'll talk to you soon. Also, don't say anything because we're going to run this July 6th. So don't say anything.
Oh, wow. I have to wait that long?
Yes. So when it does happen, just pretend it was just that day.
Okay.
All right. Okay. All right. Thank you, Blake. Congrats again.
What a job.
All right. See ya. Okay. We're rounding up. We got a couple left. We're coming out of the COVID part of the year. We have some great interviews with Matt Ryen and Kevin Love. Kevin Love was the first interview we did it in person in a long-ass time. Awesome to do. Matt Ryen, really cool guy.
Yeah.
Feel bad that I keep saying he's so sackable, but
no,
he is.
He is. That's just a fact.
I think he would even admit
defenders are like, I like this guy so much I wanted to just give him a big hug.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we had some good interviews once we got back into the office. It was just good to see people face-to-face again.
Yes.
I would love to never have to look into a Zoom kaleidoscope of hell anymore for the rest of my life.
Yes. So let's do that. Let's do our Matt Ryen and Kevin Love interview. But you also have a sponsor, right?
Yeah, well, it's brought to you by a sponsor that's very near and dear to my heart.
Yes.
Your stomach's near and dear to your heart.
Yes.
And when I'm hungry, when my tummy's growling, I reach for the McDonald's McRib. I love the McRib. It is probably the greatest sandwich ever invented in the history of the universe. You may have heard about it. It's the most important sandwich of the year. And the McRib is officially back and available for a limited time at participating McDonald's. Some cities get the McRib every single year, but others have gone up to 7 years without the McRib. The longer places have without it, the more outcry there is for it to return. The McRib has appeared in lots of shows. It's been on The Simpsons. It's been on Family Guy. It's been on Part of My Take. It's been on the Barstool Bench Mob. It's been on the Fantasy Football Factory. It's been on every single podcast. Excuse me. And you know it, you love it. It's the McRib. It's back. The McRib is back. That's all I need to say. If it's a Wednesday, I'm eating 2 McRibs, a large fry, and a McDonald's Sprite. That's what I'm doing for my lunch on Wednesday. It's McRib Day. I love the McRib. One man even started a McRib finder that told people where the McRib is available and when it's available. Well, right now, it is available for a limited time at participating McDonald's. So check out your local McDonald's today. See if they have it. If they do, get a couple. Tell them PFT sent you. Order it. Cactus Jack. Tell them Cactus Jack sent you. And they'll make the McRib with barbecue sauce and pickles. It's a special version of McRib. So check it out at your local McDonald's today. And now, here is Matt Ryen and Kevin Love.
Okay, we now welcome on a very special guest. It is NFL MVP, starting quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons, Matt Ryen. Thank you for joining us. I wanted, though, to start the interview being a gracious host and ask you, do you want to do 28-3 now or later?
Let's just rip the Band-Aid and go, man.
All right, let's do it. All right.
We'll get out to a big start, and then you can come back.
First question, how much did that suck?
I mean, as much as anything can suck, right? Like, that's about as bad as it gets. Still stings a little bit, but, hopefully I get back there at some point and can change the narrative.
I remember Ed Werder after the game asked you how crushing was this loss right after the game, and that was maybe the most savage question in the moment. So credit to you for dealing with that in the moment and not like I would have freaked out and grabbed my Xbox controller and thrown it at everyone in the press and been like, I'm out of here. So good job on that.
Yeah, I gave my helmet a pretty good launch when I got into the locker room, saw the kind of speakers and stuff fly out. So I basically did the same thing you would do with the Xbox controller with my helmet.
Now, I heard a nasty rumor that you got a contact high from Chris Long when he hit you in the fourth quarter, and that's what kind of sent you downhill. Can you confirm that?
Yeah, I don't think that's true, but, it was that fourth quarter. It was kind of a weird deal, right? Because the end, I mean, we made some great plays to get back into field goal range late in the game. Then we kind of, got bumped back out. But there was no contact high from Chris. I actually just talked to him earlier today. All good. He's still talking shit about that year and then the following year when he beat us with the Eagles, which both those were tough losses.
Yeah, right. That was the 2017 Falcons, who I was saying they hadn't played their best game yet. You guys lost, and I still was like, don't worry. They're going to be in the playoffs next week, and they still haven't played their best game because I was a big believer in that team. Have you had a chance, I assume, to talk to Kyle Shanahan? I know that you guys have publicly, there's back and forth, not blame, but Kyle Shanahan gets some of the blame for it. But have you guys buried the hatchet in that respect?
Yeah, we're cool. I mean, we talked a lot about it, the week and a half after that game. And then, obviously I was happy for him with the San Francisco hire and, kept in touch with him. And then obviously reached back out to him after, another tough one for them after the Super Bowl this year. So I've been, I've kept in touch with him, and he's a great coach, man. He's a good dude, really good football coach. And he's going to get one. I hope not during, the rest of my career, but, at some point after that, he's going to get one.
Do you call in to question his judgment knowing that he has Chris Sims' initials tattooed on his calf?
We used to bust his balls all the time about that. Matt Sims, so Chris's brother, Matt, was the third-string quarterback with us for, I guess, 2 seasons while Kyle was there. And Matt, he was relentless, man. He would break his balls all the time about that. And it is, he tells a story about why they did it, and it still doesn't make sense. I mean, it was a bad decision.
The Wood, they called themselves the Wood, right? It was like 4 bros at University of Texas. They're like, hey, let's all get each other's names put on our legs.
Yeah, just a bad decision at that time. And you couldn't have thought it was going to play out well.
Right. Speaking of Matt Sims, what is it about the name Matt that makes really good quarterbacks?
Ooh, good question.
Thanks.
I don't know. That's another weird part of that year. So in that quarterback room, our quarterback coach was Matt LaFleur, current head coach of the Green Bay Packers. Our backup quarterback was Matt Schaub, and our third-string quarterback was Matt Sims. So all 4 of us in that room at the time were Matt. And the running joke was that, if anybody came in and asked for Matt, they knew who we were talking to. It was me. So everybody else just kept their mouth shut and kind of went about their business.
I'd like to talk to Matt Schaub. Have you ever asked Matt Schaub the pick 6 streak that he had going? That's an all-time. I mean, what happened there? Have you ever been like, hey, dude, what was going on that?
Yeah, he doesn't really want to go there when I bring it up. He doesn't really want to go there all that often about it. But I think we're both like top 15 all-time of pick 6s thrown. So that's pretty good for one quarterback room.
Yeah. Did he ever suggest, hey, maybe we should work on our tackling?
Never came up. Either of us never really brought it up.
I want to do a quick throwback, wondering what was going through your head during this decision making, and it wasn't your decision, but 2015, You're out playing the San Francisco 49ers. You guys are down 4, 4th and goal on the 1, under 3 minutes to go. You kick a field goal. What were you thinking?
I don't know.
Do you remember that play? Because I do.
We were out there, 2015, we had just opened the new stadium. Yeah, I do. We kicked it, and then we didn't get the ball back, I don't think.
Correct. You lost by 1.
Yeah. Probably not the right choice.
No, I actually we saw Dan Quinn at the Combine a couple years ago, and I asked him about that because I kind of have just, I don't know, it's something I'm just hung up on. I think I had money on the game, and I just was really mad at the time.
Definitely had money on the game.
And he was like, that was a mistake.
It's so out of character for Dan, though, too. I think he's changed. It's probably one of the learning experiences for him as a head coach, too, because he honestly is one of the most aggressive guys in the league when it comes to going for it on 4th down and being aggressive and, having the balls to make those decisions and being able to live with it, which is one of the things you love about him. But it was his first year as a head coach, so I mean he's come along, he's gotten better.
Yeah. That was a bad one.
And now for something completely different.
2016 in the finals, Game 7, the end of the game, you're supposed to lock down Steph Curry.
And the Cavaliers by 3. And I like the no timeout call by Steve Kerr. Love picks up Curry. Curry steps back, fakes the 3, drives again, shut off nicely.
Were you afraid in that moment, or were you like, if I were you, and this is probably why I'm not a basketball player, a professional basketball player, besides being only 5'10" and a half, but if that were me, I would be.
What's your contract height?
I'm actually 5'8", but if I say 5'10" and a half, nobody.
With shoes, he's 6 feet.
6'1".
Yeah.
Well, with these shoes, by the way, these are 6 shoes because they give me 3 inches, and they're not actually lifts. So technically, I guess I am 6 feet right now. But if I were you and I were in that position, I would just be shitting myself. I'd be like, I hope I don't fuck this up. Well, is that what you were thinking, or were you like, I got this?
Yeah, I mean, naturally, you're going against first time ever unanimous MVP, right? This team's 73-9, but again, I forgot to mention preparation when I came to Ty Lue and our team in general. Like, we had gone over that particular play, hundreds of times, gone through it in film hundreds of times, had seen it throughout the game, especially in their 4th quarter package a number of times because they knew that we were switching most of the time 1 through 5, and that I was on Draymond. So I was guarding the 4. He was going to set the flare for Clay. And we weren't going to switch that, come over the top, and then when he set the screen for Steph, and I think JR might have ended up on Draymond after that. But
found a Green, 7 to shoot. Curry fakes the 3, steps back, crossover, puts up a 3. Rebound James with 30 seconds remaining.
I always say it was actually, I played great defense, but as far as a defensive scheme and play, it was actually a bad defensive possession. Because I wasn't supposed to I was supposed to deny the ball back to Steph, and I let him get the ball back. So Draymond had caught it kind of in the corner, was like, okay, I'm going to need Steph to make this play because he's done it time and time again. And, he throws it back to him. I'm actually supposed to deny that. Luckily I kept my feet down, knew everything was at stake. But I think part of the reason I was able to do that in that moment was because, yes, first of all, I was locked in. We went through it so many times. We prepared so many times, and that was a play that really stuck out to us in late game situation. But I think more than anything, it was my mindset changed in the series. I come off a concussion. I hadn't played the next game in Game 3. We ended up winning. So I'm like, I'm just going to focus on defense and rebounding. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm going to focus on here. So when that time came, I was more ready than I probably otherwise would have been had I not decided to focus on that.
If he drives on you, though,
I'm fouling the shit out. Yeah.
Oh, you would have fouled?
No, it's funny because
he did. It was good defense, but he also.
I was guarding the 3.
You got to be like, thank God he took a shot there and not 100%.
And I've seen him make that shot. We all have. Time and time again against even bigger players.
Right.
He comes back the next year in the finals. I think it might have been Game 1, I think it might have been Game 2 where they blew us out because Game 1 was crazy, really suspect foul call, the whole thing. Uh-huh. Charge block. They went, called it a charge, went back. So it was a blocking foul. That was
suspect.
So it just had never happened before. It's unprecedented in a game, especially of that magnitude, an NBA Finals game.
Yeah.
Bron has one of the best Finals performances of all time. We go out there, I have a big game, guys are playing great, guys are ready for the moment, and then we lose. It's like that just took the wind out of our sails.
So wait,
so I'm sorry.
So you're like so that play, but in general, as a bigger guy, when you get on an island with a guy with sick handles, a point guard, are you just like in the back of your head like, this fucking sucks?
Oh yeah, I mean it's tough in today's NBA. It's tough because and there's no hand checking anymore.
Right.
And it's been like that for a while, but it's such a pace and space league now. I mean, take a look at the Rockets. They're the best example of it. There's a number of teams that, I did a story with Jackie McMullen, who was talking about the new era of the big men. And it said in the last 5 years, because we have advanced stats now and analytics for every single team, like we base kind of sometimes what we do on that, right? And numbers tell a story. So she was saying that 50% post touches are 50% down in the last 5 years.
I believe it.
So you don't see a traditional 5-man anymore. You even have guys like, we were talking about Milwaukee earlier. You have Brook Lopez out there shooting threes. Mm-hmm. You have Marc Gasol out there shooting threes. Even Valanciunas out there shooting threes. Joel Embiid out there shooting threes.
Not well, but he's out there shooting threes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you don't have that in your game, it's almost like, can I put him in certain situations? Because you have to guard. You have to switch. You have to guard ones and twos. You have to guard a Steph. You have to guard a Kyrie. You have to guard a Russell Westbrook, a James Harden. So switching onto them in the open floor and asking for help is already a disadvantage. Damian Lillard, same way. Like, it's hard to do.
Steven Adams can't really play in the series against the Rockets. Like, that's kind of what it is. He's playing, but you can't play him long minutes because it doesn't really fit with what the Rockets
You help
are
off of P.J. Tucker. He's getting in the corner and he's shooting threes.
Right.
He shot the most, and I think at maybe even the highest percentage of anybody in the league from that corner there. And he's 6'5".
Yeah.
Steve Adams, 7 foot. And they're not able to take advantage of that. They go double. Somebody else has to beat you. So, again, to answer your question, I think if I would have funneled him into the lane, we probably would have had to help, and maybe they would have kicked it out to Clay or kicked it out to another player, but we would have made somebody else beat us.
Yeah.
But in that moment, he even said it, too. It's funny. He came out in an article and said, I should have driven past Kevin Love. I could have done it easy. He's like, that's fair, but you didn't.
You did,
So if I were you, I would watch the replay of that, just like still nervous, and think to myself, shit, I hope he doesn't drive.
Yeah. By the way, I still watch that. I've never watched the game in its entirety. I've never watched the game. By the way, the first half of the game isn't even worth watching.
Yeah. Because
then JR comes out, and I think they're up 8 points. He has 2 threes and scores a layup. But I don't even watch the first half. I can remember walking back to the locker room with James Jones, who now works in the front office for the Phoenix Suns, really close friend of mine. And I looked at him, I said, does this even feel like a Game 7? And, he had been a part of all the finals runs with Bron.
Yeah.
And he's like, no.
Really?
Yeah. And then at the locker room at halftime, we're like, where's the energy? Where's the, we need accountability. So we came out in the second half and we were locked in and ready to go. So the second half is amazing. It's incredible. And I remember the last 4 minutes, I'm sitting here like this at a timeout, but I remember the last 4 minutes, really nobody scored.
Yeah. Yes.
Kyrie hit that big shot and Bron had the block, the stop, whatever. And Bron went to the free throw line, hit the one free throw, put us up 4. But I can remember sitting down. So it always went Bron at the front, JR, myself, I was in the middle, Tristan, and then Kyrie was always at the end.
So LeBron and Kyrie on opposite sides of each other.
Yes.
Got it.
As far away from each other as possible, you would say?
I think both of them wanted to feel like they could leave a huddle.
No, you know what I mean? Totally. I got you. Go ahead. So you're sitting there.
Yeah, so we're sitting there. Nobody's saying a word, but I can remember looking, like everybody's going crazy. I mean, Phil Knight sitting right there. Lynn Merritt, who's the head of Nike Global Basketball. I see,
Guy Fieri.
Guy Fieri's obviously there. Yeah. By the way, if you guys had Guy Fieri on the show,
we
would
love to. He's on the
list. Before the grace of God go out.
Diners, drive-ins, and drives. I mean, that's a big man. That could be like a conversational pivot, but I'm not. But I just remember, I think everybody, like we even had our fans there, the 100 people that were up there, friends and family, and we're in this chaotic Coliseum type experience, like they just let the Lions out, right? And I just remember looking at everybody like, oh wow, we're gonna win this. We're locked in, and I'll never, unless you're in that moment and the guys are all locked in and around, because typically guys are going doing their own thing and talking, whatever. Guys are, loose with the huddle most of the time. Like we excelled a lot of the time because of how much talent we had, but we were so locked in. And when Ty Lue came in and sat down, he just kind of looked at us, drew up the play, and I actually believe that might have been when Kyrie, we came down in the possession and he hit the big shot, but that type of thing you just can't draw up. But I just remember how locked in we were, and that still today resonates with me in such a big way.
In those finals, because hearing basketball players talking, Kevin Durant always talks about how much he appreciates just great basketball. Did you have moments when you're in any of those finals, you're like, this is just insanely good basketball? Like the level that both these teams are playing at, and the margin for error is so razor thin. Did you have a chance to appreciate it?
Yeah, actually getting back to walking into the locker room at halftime, and it's a long walk at Oracle, RIP Oracle. I mean, it's not gone, but they moved into the city. But to us, it's gone, which is too bad, because what a great arena to play. Obviously, hate the fans, but also love the fans at the same time. Loud place. But we're walking back. It's a long walk. And, I think the margin for error question is great, because this is a team that we're playing against in the Warriors that if they get it to double digits, you get in your brain, you're like, oh man, you very seldom do you come back from double digits to this team. They have so much firepower. Clay and Steph get going. Dre is doing his thing. He's in the running for Defensive Player of the Year every single year, and they just have the thing rolling. If they get Oracle going, it's so loud. It's a tough place to play. Really, really tough. Maybe the hardest at that time, because they were 73-9 and so good. But we knew that if we didn't make up any of our ground from that 8-point deficit, that if it got to double digits, we could be in trouble, especially in the second half. Mm-hmm. Guys are going to get a little, assholes going to get tight. Guys are going to get a little bit more tense. Guys are going to start doing things outside of maybe even their character or their game. And, for that to happen to us would have been, pretty tough, because you've seen it time and time again, even in the playoffs and finals games as well. We saw it the next year when we played them. If you give them enough of, a discrepancy, they're going to take advantage.
Yeah, they scored 9 points in 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's almost like you have to be up by 10 at halftime, because in that third quarter they can come out and
they're the best third quarter team in the league.
Yep. They'll go on a 16-0 run that, and before
they're capable of that quick.
Yeah,
they get the crowd going, Steph's going. It's just it's a tough place to play. And being on the road like that, we had to be locked in. Yeah. So that the margin for error was incredibly low.
Okay, wrapping up the best of. We got some dudes to finish it up. We got Matthew McConaughey. We got Ryen Russillo. Some dudes. Russillo's gonna be so happy they got lumped in with Matthew McConaughey.
He's definitely going to reply to the tweet and tag McConaughey in it, being hey, great end of the year episode, and just in secret hopes that McConaughey will write him back.
A couple dudes take off their shirts. Should we do a number before we do that? Before we get to him? So Bubba actually won. I haven't put. I got to put some balls back in there, but let's just not do it for this time.
I'm going to go 21. New year.
I'll go 100 again.
21.
21. Bubba.
95.
95, trying to cuck me.
21. If this is 8, I'm gonna shit twice and die.
Oh, shit twice and die. If it's 8?
Yeah, because that's what I normally pick.
Oh, yeah. See, I shit twice and die. 8. I got 100. Oh,
21, baby.
50. Damn.
Right.
Well, look at that. I guess we'll find out. I hope Jake's taking these numbers down. We'll have the full crew back from vacation. This is the not fucking around crew. Me, Liam, and PFT. We
don't take days off.
The rest of them, Hank and Billy and Jake, who just kind of freeload off our backs, will be back.
Yeah, Hank's in mourning because of the end of his dynasty. I can understand him wanting to take a day off.
And Billy, is out making himself. This is a direct quote I saw through some of my sources. Billy is going to make himself a weapon before the Jose Canseco fight.
Turning himself into a weapon.
Yeah, turning himself into a weapon.
Yeah, he's also probably making himself a weapon to have on his person.
Yeah.
But yeah, 2021. Let's just do a redo, guys.
Yeah.
Let's call that one a wash. Move forward. Maybe we can get Hank to do Soggy Sorrows.
Yes.
When we get back for the Patriots losing.
Hard bodies in 2021. Get excited. We'll see everyone after week 17. Enjoy Matthew McConaughey and Ryen Russillo.
Love you guys.
I'm a terrific post player. Terrific. I'll put that up against anybody. But then yesterday I was telling Big Cat, some guys were like hitting on me at hoops, trying to ask me to play with them. It was weird.
Because you were backing them down too hard.
Yeah,
you were sending the wrong signals.
No. They just saw
player.
me. They saw me shooting around a little bit, and I was trying to be COVID safe, so I didn't really want to play pickup with anybody anyway. But I just wanted to get some shots up, get a little sweat in, and I think they were high as fuck because they reeked. But I think one guy was playing in sandals, but he was really nice. But then they were asking me how much I weighed, and they had a bet on it, which I thought was kind of cool and complimentary. And so I was like, I don't know what to tell you. So I told them my weight, and they got excited. And then it just immediately went into, hey, do you guys want to join? Do you want to join my buddies and I on a text thread, and we can pick? And I was like, no, I actually don't want to give you my cell phone number. I'll just be around.
You basically just met the West Coast Billy Football, because that's something Billy Football would absolutely say. Like, yo, dude, how much you weigh? Like, I'm looking at you right now. You're looking pretty solid. I don't know.
What's up with Billy Football's arms? I thought he used to have big arms.
That's a good question, Ryan. So he joined a team.
Great question. He doesn't have headphones.
He joined
on right
a Jenga team, and then he cut his sleeves off, and then he chose the only guy in the office that has bigger arms than him. So now he looks like he's got little earthworms hanging from his shoulders.
Billy hasn't done curls in days. It's bad. He asked, "What's up with your arms, Billy?"
Tell him. Russillo, I'll outbench you 100%. How much are you benching nowadays?
Once you get out of high school, you don't max a ton.
I know. I'm out of college. I still don't max. Somebody know I can bench more than you.
You probably can, man. I don't know. What do you max?
Well, right now I'm probably hovering around like 285.
Max?
It's not a lot to brag about.
That was
fucking.
How
put
much
the
are you
microphone
benching?
down.
How much are you benching?
I put up 315 3 times today, fucking around. Get back to me in a couple years.
You're probably a short arm guy.
That's man strength. No, that's
I'm not a short arm guy. I don't know if you caught
guy.
this. No, I don't.
What's
You
your
must have missed
wingspan?
the part, but my post thing.
Wait.
Like 6'6". It's stupid.
Oh,
it's fucking
The
silly.
funny thing is, I'm sure that Ryan actually knows exactly what his wingspan is.
Yes. No,
He's got
6'6".
He's got a spider chart on his wall.
That's in the draft notes.
Yeah.
Ryen Russillo, 6'6" wingspan. It's stupid.
Silly strong.
I can't believe you're at 285.
Yeah,
You
no,
went
I
to brag
squatted.
about.
I
That's
squatted.
embarrassing,
Squat
Billy.
was my
doing
best.
squat numbers now?
Yeah, my squat
okay.
was my best lift.
Go ahead, say your squat numbers.
I
'cause I bet you.
squatted over 440.
That's great, man.
Some
Talk to
people
me
are-
when you're 45.
Okay.
Dude,
Anyway.
285?
Also, I didn't know what type of
nothing.
bench he was, like bench guy he was.
No, but 285, like, don't go around.
Okay, that's what it is now. Like,
but
I'm
Billy,
not, like,
Billy, hold on.
You were so
Billy.
confident, I assumed you were going
Yeah.
to say like 365 or something like that.
If you don't have
Really?
at least
All right,
3
fine.
plates
You got
on,
it.
then you can't come at
Billy,
somebody
when
with
you
that.
go out in public, you represent us, and you're telling people that you bench 285? That's embarrassing, dude.
Well, now, I mean, I'm not like I dropped. Like you guys made fun of me for being fat, so I don't like. my body weight's lower.
So you got worse.
So when I was like
that was your response
when I
to
was
it?
like 240, like I was benching way more. But then everyone was like, "Oh, belly football." So I was like, "Oh fuck, I gotta drop weight
Billy,
now."
I'll be honest with you. I don't care how fat you are. If you can throw up 3 plates, then I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I've been in the past.
I'm disappointed with that. Also, and Ryan just being like, I was fucking around this morning and threw up 315. Like he wasn't even benching seriously.
Yeah, dude, he was warming up.
He was just having a laugh.
Anyway. Love to live with you.
Billy, by the way, don't let them. It's clearly they're getting in your head. Don't worry about the big thing
they're
at
my
all, man.
boss.
Big is in. Yeah, well, but this is a different work dynamic. I think we can all agree on
Yes.
that. And by the way, when Big Cat says you represent us, Van Pelt said that to me one night and scolded the shit out of me, and it sucked to hear, but it also wasn't a lie.
Yeah.
And then later on, I was like, hey, but later on, you become your own person. You go, I don't want to hear that.
Well, what did you do to have him say that?
He benched 275.
285.
No, I told somebody to fuck off.
I don't think. Well, I
and
haven't done it in a long time. I could maybe hit 300.
Yeah, I know. The excuses are coming
Wait,
out.
Ryan, what'd you say?
Yeah, but-
you told somebody to fuck off?
I told somebody to fuck off one night, and he didn't really love it. So whatever, it was a long story. But you know what? He was fair. It was fair. It was stern, but it was fair. But yeah, Billy, seriously, man, you do have long arms. Your arms from this angle look better. I'm trying to build you up a little bit, but you can't.
Thank you.
If you can't put up 315 right now, you shouldn't start like stepping to other guys about max bench.
I know.
Billy's.
You already knew this. You already knew this.
I know.
You're suspended from cardio, Billy.
Billy's an I love you guy, Ryan. I don't know you.
I like Billy.
You probably had those guys in at ESPN. So Dion once told us it was a very apt thing, like about the locker room dynamic. He's like, there's at least 2 guys in every locker room that's an I love you guy, where you have to check in with him and be like, hey man, I love you, like straight up, I love you, just so that they don't go crazy. That's Billy.
No, that's. I'm not an I love you guy by any means.
Sounds like you're being
Antonio
kind of
Brown. Tom Brady literally is making love to Antonio Brown to keep him like playing football, living him in his house. He's the ultimate I love you guy. You too.
This is awesome because every time it sounds like Big Cat's going to compliment Billy, it's not.
No, that's the whole. And then every now and then.
I might be a podcasting I love you guy now that I think about it.
Yeah, you are. I love you, dude. No, Billy. No, for real, though.
Podcaster world? I mean.
Yo, Hank, cut this part. Cut this part. I love you, dude.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, I love you. For real.
Anyway.
I do like Billy, though. I do.
You had a big influence on me when I was 18 and we came to ESPN.
He doesn't want to hear that, though, Billy, because now he's like the
no,
kid
it's a compliment. I was like, that's like
kid
really
that I
cool.
looked up to can only bench 285.
What was the big influence?
Well, I just like we went to his show and it was like really like big for me. I was like, it was so cool to see like what was going on. It was like a big moment in my life.
Okay, but you're leaving out a very important part. You didn't know who I was at all.
I was 18. Like, you know, I don't listen to the radio. I was 18, but now I'm like, I got into that world. And I was like, wow, like, you know, like podcasting is a gateway drug to radio.
Yeah.
That's
this
exactly
is what is it? Best in Show, and it's like Sting, or no, Zoolander. Sting is one of my heroes. I don't really listen to him.
I was like, wow, this guy's really cool. I want to be like this guy.
And now for something completely different.
Okay, we now welcome on a very, very, very special guest. It is actor and now author Matthew McConaughey. He's got his memoir is out October 20th. It's called Green Lights. It is, I'll say it right now, the coolest memoir of all time because it is his life experience, teaching you about how to live life, how to be cool. But more than anything, you wrote it. You had a journal for 35 years, and then I read that you wrote it by going to the desert for 52 days without electricity. Is that true?
The first 12 days were without electricity. So I had a generator on me, and I pack up these 36 years worth of diaries. I put them in the Navigator. I buy 21 5/8 inch ribeyes. I Ziploc them. I get my Long Branch. I get 3 5-gallon jugs of water and a generator and my laptop and a printer, and I headed out to this cabin in the desert. So for the first 12 days, that was me. And then the other places I went after that were in the desert, but I did leave the generator and got some AC power hookup, so I had a little electricity.
Like going back and reading that stuff, was that the first time that you'd sat down and read your thoughts?
Yeah, it was. I mean, I write this in the book. I always write things down not to remember. I write things down so I can forget them, you know, so I can go, oh, jotted that down. Cool, now I can forget it. And that's what I've been doing since I was 14. But I'll mind you, you know, the early stuff at 14, I'm a 14-year-old kid going to my, you know, for this reason that most people go to their diary to write about the shitty stuff, to write about, oh, you know, Gretchen broke up with me, or, you know, Kathy Cook won't go out with me, or this worked out, or I got to second base last night, or some kind of thing like that. And then in my early 20s, I had a time where I was kind of rolling, catching a lot of green lights. I was in college. My relationships were good, man. I would think I was making a little money, had a little money in my pocket. And I said, you know what, McConaughey, go write in your diary now while you're rolling. Go dissect this success you're having right now, because you may get in a rut again, which I did, which we all do. And you can go back and look at, what was I doing when I was rolling? Who was I hanging out with? Where was I going? What was I eating? What was I drinking? How was I seeing the world? So that was something that I was happy I've done through my life, is try to write things down when things are going well, because another rut's always coming. And when if you keep track and make a little bit of it, there's a science to some satisfaction. There's some habits that I've found that I've had that have helped me be more satisfied, and they help me get out of some of those ruts. You can make a living on that.
Yeah, absolutely.
There was one quote that you put in your book that you did not expand on, and I'm curious to hear the entire backstory behind this. You just this is like a throwaway line. If you're Matthew McConaughey, this is how cool you are. You can just toss this out here and forget that you even said it. You said, "I've done peyote in Real de 14, Mexico, in a cage with a mountain lion."
Yeah.
Then you just moved on from that. What's the story? How did that go down?
Well, I'm in Real de 14, and I'd gone off on a sunrise walk with the shaman, and he was in a very cool way that a shaman can do, slowly disseminating the peyote as we hiked up this huge mountain that took hours to hike up. And it was an awesome walk, and it was an awesome return. And when I got back down on his property, he had this mountain lion in his cage. And I get up next to the cage, and under so-said influences of such peyote, I'm getting on the same frequency of the mountain lion. And the mountain lion's getting on the same frequency as McConaughey. And so now this mountain lion's up next to the gate and kind of just sticking whiskers through, and I'm scratching his underbelly. And so I get confident that me and this mountain lion are on the same frequency. So I move over to the gate and enter so said cage. Mountain lion jumps around. I move very slowly, making sure to stay on the same frequency as so said mountain lion. I move over to the corner, slowly sit down. For about an hour, this mountain lion parries back and forth and slowly starts getting a little bit closer and a little bit closer and a little bit closer until he comes up next to me and gets very close to my hand, wanting to get some more itches under his chin like he did when I was outside of the cage. I slowly give him a little scratch. I don't intrude his space. I lean back. An hour after that son of a bitch is sitting in my lap purring. And I sat there for another hour and a half. So spent about 4 hours total in the cage, then slowly got up and went my way, and it was a really incredible experience.
Is that one that you look back on in the diary and you're like, you're scared for yourself in the past, reading it sober?
No. I mean, no, I was, I don't know if you've ever done a peyote trip with just peyote and water, and if you do it the right way with the shaman, I would say I was incredibly sober. I wasn't out of my mind at all. If anything, I was more in tune than normal. That's a great thing about peyote done the right way. No, I don't look back on that at all. I look back on that and go, if anything, if you look through the book, there's times I've taken what would be a considered risk that absolutely paid off. I would have regretted my instincts that I could make that work if I wouldn't have gone in.
And you're
just like that wrestling match in Africa. If I wouldn't have said yes to that challenge, I'd regret that to this day.
Yeah.
And by saying yes to that challenge, has given me gifts since, because of the people I met, the lessons I learned, all kinds of stuff.
It's also, you kind of have like an out there where if things go wrong and Matthew McConaughey dies tripping on peyote by a mountain lion, like that's pretty much the coolest way to die. You're a legend forever right there. So there's nothing but upside.
Yeah, I mean, and it'd be part of the food chain.
Right.
Which is, if I can go, I hope that's how it is. I hope it's not by a random drive-by.
Right. Yeah. You live forever.
I'd rather go move on as part of the food chain.
Yeah, you live forever in that respect.
There's probably also an element of the mountain lion just understanding that this was Matthew McConaughey. He's pretty cool.
Like, oh, this is the dude from the Lincoln commercials.
Yeah.
This guy sits in his car and looks at Longhorn bulls in the middle of the road and doesn't go around them. He decides to let them have the right of way, turns around and goes his own way. Yeah.
All right, so I had one last question. I found this. I love the scene in Wolf of Wall Street when you do the chest bumping, and then I read a story that you do that before you go and act every single time to pump yourself up.
Yeah.
So can we do that once? Can we just do it?
You want to do the Wolf of Wall Street one?
No, or just the Matthew McConaughey, whatever you're feeling right now, because you said you do it in a different like tune or whatever you're feeling. Oh.
Hey.
Here we go. Stick it to your mouth. Let's go.
Yeah, we can do that all day.
Oh, man.
Great.
What was that bird? That was a cool
thing.
bird. Yeah, that's fucking sick.
I'll do that before, before I'm going to go give a speech. You get nervous or something. Try it. It'll get you out of your head, and it'll sort of also doing that on your chest will lower your voice and relax you. And it makes people go, what the fuck is he doing? Which is also a good tool because they think you're out of your mind, which is usually somewhat true, which gives you an advantage when you go do what you do because you feel like you're on an island.
Also, just the human body craves contact.
Yeah.
So you start slapping yourself around a little bit. You're like, okay, now I'm living.
Yeah.
This is life.
Get the blood flowing, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
love it. I love it. Well, this has been awesome, Matthew. Everything we wanted and more. Good luck trying to get Texas back. I don't know if that'll ever happen, but you'll see.
And we'll make the Red Wolves happen, too.
Yeah.
We be in process. Hook 'em.
All right. See you, man.
See you.
Talking away. I don't know what to say. I'll say it anyway. Today is another day to find you shying away. Oh, I'll be coming for your love, okay? Take on